Hey y'all, it's the Calm Corner Show. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Now let's get into it. Hey soul family, welcome to This Week Ahead. We are really at the end of June and headed into a whole new week of July 2026. So let's not waste any more time. Let's get into the astro weather, the transits, what they mean for you. And then let's talk about key dates with the transits and what also how it affects you globally. We'll get into a little of the political news, just a tinge. And then we'll get into your messages of all about you, all zodiac signs. And I'm going to make sure that I put the timestamps in there so you can go directly to your messages. So we just had the full moon in Capricorn that's coming in today, right now, as we speak, in the energy from last night, in Mercury retrograde that kicked us off. So let's get into it and let's not waste any more time, soul family. Rewinding just a quick second to ask y'all just a couple questions about last week. What did you guys think about Pretty Ricky and the B2K reverses vibe? What did y'all think? I had to weigh in. And I'm going to always say that I'm a Pretty Ricky fan, okay? And I absolutely love what they did. When Pleasure P was like, I did you wrong, you did me wrong. Listen, y'all know. And also, how did y'all think about and what did you think? How did you feel? What did you think about the BET Awards? And all I gotta say for that is Lauryn Hill, chef's kiss, top tier, right? And shout out to Tiana Taylor, right? So let's get into this week. Just had to talk about it. All right, soul family. So let's jump right in. I hope y'all doing good. And I just wanted to get on in here and let's catch up. Let's talk about this week ahead, June 29th. You know, once y'all get up, moving around. Lots going on this week too. So, and through to July 5th. So hope you guys are going to first enjoy your holiday weekend, cooking out, spending time with family. So just know that this is one of a very, very pivotal period of the year, okay, guys? The skies, they are hosting 3 huge monumental shifts this week. You got Mercury that's stationed retrograde in Cancer, okay? And this is inviting that emotional reflection and reviewing family matters. And you know we're going to get into it. You also got the Capricorn full moon, and you know that's bringing a culmination and closure, okay? And that came in yesterday, but really safe to say today is the day of all of these things happening, okay? Those 2 major. And then also today, guys, Jupiter enters Leo. And this is really gonna shift a global energy towards bold self-expression, okay? So definitely we're gonna chop up all of those. But let's talk about today, the 29th, again, Capricorn, full moon. And this moon is illuminating the matters of career, long-term goals, and legacy, okay? Now, I want to talk about this Capricorn full moon real quick. We're going to get into that. And I pulled up the energy around it for y'all. This one is known as the strawberry moon, okay? And again, it's really going to peak this evening, depending on where you are around the world, 7:56 p.m. You know, this will be like Eastern Standard. So like I said, depending on where you are, but pretty much this evening, tonight, right? And this is going to bring powerful grounding, an energetic shift, you know, that demands that practical execution, a structural review, and emotional maturity around this, okay? So remember, the sun is in the sensitive sign of the Zodiac Cancer, and this is going to illuminate just like that underbelly and your domestic needs, okay? And this Saturn ruled lunation, guys, and make sure you guys go outside and check it out and look at the moon tonight. It's beautiful, okay? And this is going to be forcing you guys to look at the cold heart of the matter, the blueprints of your life, you know, and it's going to challenge you to stop hiding behind excuses. You're going to step out of these comfort zones, and it's time to balance that emotional vulnerability with the discipline needed to build that lasting legacy, okay? Remember, Saturn is about structures, bones, teeth. So you guys could be diving into, for some, health issues around that energy, and it's about taking care of it, right? So that's gonna be a, you know, powerful shift for you guys in regards to that. Now let's talk about how it is going to affect your signs. Well, we'll get into that. I'll do that. I'll do it one by one for all of you guys, because I want to do a mini reading, right? So let's talk about the retrograde, okay? And let's talk about how that particular, it retrogrades in Cancer, guys, okay? And this is going to be going on pretty much most of this month to the 23rd of July, because really July is only a day away, right? So this is going to urge you guys to double check those communications, time to revisit family roots, and this is about avoiding making impulsive agreements, okay? So let's talk about this retrograde. This particular one is about, remember, Cancer is the zodiac sign that represents home, okay? So you're going to have a lot of energy around past, you know, family, and even relationships. For some of you guys, you're going to be seeing folks pop up from the past. Hey, big head messages going to be coming in, okay? Hold on. Talk about, as we get into that retrograde, hold on. Because astrologically, even inheritance for some of you guys could be coming back up, okay? In the energy too, with this particular retrograde in Cancer, in the zodiac sign of Cancer, okay? Also, you got Jupiter entering Leo, all right? And that's a big deal today. And guys, this is a 12-month transit, okay? So, I mean, we deserve some energy around luck and blessings. So get ready. And let me say this, wherever Leo is in your chart is where Jupiter is stepping in and highlighting that matter, okay? Remember, this is a like I said, a year-long transit of expansive luck, confidence, and creative fire. Remember, Leo is the heart of the matter. So right now, you guys are entering a powerful shift of getting to the heart of the matter of things, and especially wherever Leo lies in your chart. So don't forget that, okay? And I love that for everybody. So it's time for you guys to create, all right? And what are you creating? And you got to ask yourself that, okay? And when you create things, you creating it for the greater good of all, right? So July 1st, you got coming in Aquarius moon, and this is where we gonna run into some things, okay? Aquarius moon conjuncting Uranus and Gemini, and that, you know, transit, which is also a Mars transit, a Mars conjunction with, and you know Mars is war, okay? So I want to talk about that real quick too. It's a Mars Uranus conjunction, okay? And let me start with that Gemini one first, okay? Because all of it is in the energy, but let me explain. So with the Aquarius moon conjuncting Uranus and Gemini energy, this is going to be encouraging a radical inspiration and highly efficient communication. But also with the Mars-Uranus conjunction, it's finna pop off, y'all. Okay? And remember, Mars is the planet of action, desire, and conflict, and war, and bloodshed. Okay? And when you meet in the planet of Uranus, which is the sudden awakenings, the revolution, and rebellion, and it's in the air sign of Gemini, this is the energy of the Tower card, and we don't know if it could go good or bad. Breakthroughs, mental breakthroughs, you know, energy around pop-offs in the world globally. It's a collective urge to break free from stagnant routines too, and that is gonna be how it affects you personally. Okay, that's the energy that is pushing. But let's talk about, when you see this, it has the energy around the conjunction, right? Is the planet of action, war, and initiation. So the Gemini effect is expected to heavily impact communication, technology, information systems, right? And the nervous system. Pay attention, y'all. So also, historical resonance is the United States was under Mars-Uranus signature in Gemini, making this event a volatile transit for the country during its 250th birthday. So it's going to be an energy coming up around, you know, celebration time, where we possibly can run into some really, really pivotal event that can really pop off this week. So it's very possible with this energy, you know, that United States is already at war, right? So this can go up or down. Also, the planet of Iran, I think they are Aries rising the country. Also, another leader is pivotal in the energy of the astro space, which is I think if you're not pronouncing his right, Netanyahu. So paying attention to all the political things around that. And I always like to talk about this because this is what's happening currently, and we catching up. So this is what affects the world. So make sure that you guys are paying attention. And I wanted to, which I already blessed the cards with this Capricorn full moon coming in the energy. Guys, your president, Donald Trump, is a Gemini sun. He just recently had a solar return on the 14th of June coming out of this month. We got one more day into the month of June. But this is a Saturn rules governments and structures, okay? So also the asteroid Memoriam is present this week, and that is a asteroid or energy that was present when Queen Elizabeth passed, and quite a few world leaders. So we can kind of see the energy also coming off this full moon in Capricorn, a possibility of a prominent world leader or someone, you know, possibly crossing over to the ancestors. And remember, this is just in the astro weather that we can look to see possible events of these things playing out, right? So I wanted to flip on Donald Trump and get a quick mini read on him as we were talking about things. So current spirit of Donald Trump. And this is for, we're asking for the month of June up into you know, August, because we have that pivotal eclipse coming in the zodiac sign of Leo. Okay, guys. Energy around him. Okay, we know that ain't the case. So let's I'm gonna do another shuffle because I wanna get, you know, what he got going on for that. It kind of pop right there. Let's see. Trump. See what's up with him. Let's get some energy around him. Because he's going to be running into possible red tape in his chart with that. I think something about his ascendant and the energy around this happening, right? So let's see. All right. So this is your president. Oh, and see, we talking about it now, right? And remember, everything is alleged, all of my opinion. And we didn't even, we gotta definitely flip tarot, but let's just say, remember I said something about his Virgo, the Virgo energy is gonna be touching his ascendant, and it's something to really watch. And of course, Virgo is on the table. Virgo represents the house of health, you know, your day-to-day routines and how you do things. I just want to say this, guys. You got Mars on the table. Of course, we are at war, but Mars is where you take action. So we can see, we know that there's a lot of energy around all of this because this is playing out in real time and world events, right? Also, how he's moving, how he's taking action on addressing world issues, just everything around the board, okay? I'm going to say something. Remember, I said Donald Trump is a Leo rising. This is going to be a very pivotal time for him coming up, right? So you have Leo on the table. And then let me say this, Venus is present and Venus is in Leo. So love is on the table. Now, I don't know how that will relate to him, but the messages are here. But I also want to say, as he's a Leo rising, health is the issue. Mars does speed things up. Mars is quick action. And you have 12th house, surrender, where you can lay down, where you possibly can go home. Okay, so I wanted that you guys to see that energy. We could see something possibly around with his health and hearing more energy and things play out. But 12th house, remember, is surrender. So let's pull a couple tarot for him real quick. Child, this is interesting. Didn't expect it. Let's see. Please give me all clear and precise. Donald Trump. Energy around Donald Trump. For him, this current energy and what's to come. Let's see. Trump, yeah, and then let's see, Donald Trump. Okay, that's interesting. Wow, thank you, Spirit. Let's see. Oh, thank you, Spirit. Donald Trump. Thank you, Spirit. Donald Trump. Okay. You got, this is the top. This is the bottom. Okay, so let's get any and all extra messages. Extra messages. Okay. That's the extra. Top. Okay, so let's talk about it, right? Get on into it. That's what we do here. I want to pull a couple of these for him before I even unpack. So let's talk. Energy around Donald Trump. Three messages. Donald Trump. Gemini sun. Oh, August. Donald Trump. Let's see. Thank you, Spirit. Okay, so, okay. We got, I'm going to say something. We got relax. I'm going to show y'all what we got. Matter of fact, let me, and before I split this and put my hand down, I'm going to slide that right there just because my hand stopped on it. But, see what he got. Something about anchor. right? And that's why I'm pausing, because I was like, I ain't expect to see all this, okay? So let's talk about it. Keywords, the first one that comes out is relax. And that stands out because we know that we just pulled surrender out of the actual Astro cards, right? So when you see that, and the next sign is emergency, okay? And I ain't never even seen these come out of these messages. So this is serious, okay? So this is his messages, guys. Community, of course, is the country. So we understand that aspect, right? But there's obstacles ahead. And those are interesting messages that relax came out first, which is surrendering, laying down, laying to rest, possibly, right? Interestingly, the focal point card says anchor, okay? Still about laying down, being pulled down, right? So that's something to watch. The moon is here. The moon is the mother, and that is what we're speaking on right now. We're pulling the messages in real time based on the astro transits, right? And we said this full moon in Capricorn is pivotal energy with that Uranus and Mars conjunction with Mars and the astro cards. We're gonna, things that have been hidden, things about to start to be revealed, okay? When it comes to him, his health, his situation, and it's very possible that we're going to witness something happen quickly between now and August, and possibly with his health, right? And let me just say something. Oh my God, I didn't even expect these cards to hit the table. And I was like, I want to do a quick reading, and I'm getting into y'all. But you know, this is what this is all about when we tap in together. And get caught up, you know? So let me say something, guys. Wow. Okay. The focal point for him is already a fight. Got the 9 of Wands, which we are at war, and he is in a fight in all type of ways. Under fire with the, country, with the political parties, all of the things, right? And, we're at war. So 9 of Wands is fighting, trying to find boundaries. Remember, we in the Cancer retrograde, home territory, home, United States, to him, what that represents, right? And the funny thing is, he has the strength to fight. No matter how people view him or like or dislike him, he has a strong spirit with that coming in, right? But it's interesting that this is the card that fell out sideways. And remember, he just had a solar return, okay? So, because he is a Gemini sun, I don't know how old he turned, but his birthday was on the 14th of this month, okay? You got a very huge major arcana coming in sideways. The Wheel of Fortune. This is about change, a new cycle ahead, and it's sideways. And when my cards come out sideways, it's the energy of like, it's this here and there. Something here, something there. 1 foot in, 1 foot out. It's shaky. It's, can go both ways, right? Because when you see the wheel, it's about a whole new cycle, and remember, he just started a new cycle, a new solar return. You can't make the messages up, right? So this is his next life cycle, and it is letting you know that, decisive moments, decisions you've made, all the things that you've done to get to this point. And with this energy and this eclipse coming, guys, things can go beyond your control, right? So this is his energy of him fighting, and he's, like I said, he's going to stand on it, and he's going to, his goal is to control the narrative. Remember that, right? So he like, I'm gonna fight. I'm gonna stay here. I'm gonna, this is in his mind, he can do it all. He can do it all. But you got the Three of Wands energy. It's a lot of things working against him. You know, restrictions in health, restrictions in just all the ways. Even when it's starting to come to decisions being made for the country, he, you know, even on his side of political party, he's starting to get a lot of kickback, right? I wonder what I do with those Illuminati cards, because this is the time to flip them, and I will. I hate to say it, y'all. And I, you know, remember, everything is here is all in the legend. Where you going with it, Erica? Well, I didn't even expect to see all this, okay? But this is crazy. And this is what I'm going to hold at there so y'all can see what we got. Okay, so he going to continue to fight. But at the end of the day, one thing about a cycle is it's inevitable change. And so is the Death card, okay? And it's on the table. Ten of Swords. It's right here. Dang. This is going to bring about a change, y'all. A change is definitely ahead. With the energy of the country, the public, you know, it's the weight of the world. You know, people feel this way over here and people feel this way over there, right? But inevitable change is ahead. And yes, he is going to fight to change the outcome, right? But at the end of the day, this is where we land based on his energy. And this is sad. This affects a lot of people. You know, when we're talking about world news, you got a change in a new cycle, meaning this is an inevitable change in a sense, right? And so this is J.D. Vance, the president. As a president's come, you know, he coming in to mean he a prince in waiting vibe. Remember, Leo was on the table. And it's interesting because it's about rest, then the government, community, but emergency is here. So again, with these huge cards show change, but it affects a lot of people. It affects children and mothers. You looking at laws, different things with that nature, and also how it affects jobs and people with work. Okay. Remember, Saturn also rules the elderly, so we can see things also come up in regards to the elderly community, Social Security, things like that, right? And this is him where he's built, you know, promising one thing but going against the grain, doing things unethical ways and continuing to do it. He gonna continue to do it, okay? His energy is a non-stop vibe. Like he, you know, he's for continuing war. He's for all of these things, right? But the fact of the matter is, you know, maybe with Venus on the table, we'll see them make some form of an agreement because of the cards with the Seven of Wands. But if he does not decide to make these agreements with these country guys, the last card is trouble ahead. It just is what it is. Trouble ahead. Trouble ahead. Obstacle was the last card. Did y'all see that? Also things with this death card and wheel, y'all can probably hear some more things about the e-files and stuff like that gonna start to come out and play out as well, right? the bottom line is his health is on the table. It's something that, you know, we can, you know, possibly watch. And it's something that can come suddenly and instantly, too, in his energy. So, that's Trump. I want to pull a few of those Illuminati cards. Hold on, let me stop. Hold on. I didn't even get a chance to start shuffling before I turned the camera back on. And it's interesting because this is what popped out. And of course, I'm finna shuffle, but galactic politics. And what's the odds of that, right? The power struggles on Earth may only be a reflection of greater conflicts playing out across the galaxy, as above, so below. And our leaders might not be the highest in command. Okay, so hold that and take what you may. But remember, I said he got a strong card of his goal is staying present. Okay, remember how that card came in, 1 foot in, 1 foot out. You know, speculating on the unknown future only feeds anxiety. So keep your feet in the here and now where your power actually works. Okay, so funny enough, this was at the next card on the bottom of the deck. Internal breach. Internal. Ain't that interesting that this is what comes out? So you have not all in power serve the machine. Hidden among the halls of control are those who will not bow, who stand for truth, freedom, and the people they swore to protect. Okay? And on the, listen, at the top of the deck, controlled collapse. Y'all see that? I'm finna flip. When structures fall in a pattern too precise to be coincidence, it may not be decay, it may be demolition. The blueprint for the new world is often drawn in the rubble of the old. Y'all see that? Wow. So let's add some it's a new deck too. Donald Trump. The energy, one thing on Donald Trump. Donald Trump. Let's see what he get. At least 1 to 3. Okay. 1 to 3. Donald Trump. Yeah. And I think we got exactly 3. Oh my gosh. Y'all, we gonna go on and we gotta get into finishing up our messages for this week. But let me just say this. Wow. So interestingly, I've never seen these cards, but you got the Antichrist. The Antichrist. Ain't that something? A figure emerges promising unity and salvation, but their motives are tainted with greed and manipulation. Many will follow, believing they are serving the light. Discernment will be our greatest defense. Yikes. And these are the cards that fell out, guys. You also have paranoia. The mind twists reality when truth is absent. Be mindful when paranoia begins to creep in. And don't let fear-based thinking take over. Not everything is a threat and not all outcomes are negative. Paranoia could play a part in his life too, paying attention to the energy, right? And the other card that popped out was Cosmic Cycles. And wasn't that his first card that he got? With that 1 foot in, 1 foot out, the energy of cycle of change. 2 heavy major arcana, especially with death on the table to the left, right? So for this one, Cosmic Cycles is not all change, it's orchestrated. Some is simply the turning of the great wheel. This is the rhythm of the cosmos at work. So the change to come for Trump is the inevitable. That's a fact. It is what it is. I'm going to take from the bottom of the deck and the top, and we're going to go on and move forward. But a lot of energy, guys, around faith. So we could see these things start to arise, right? Oh, my God. Look at the cards that were right here. You got staged event. So pay attention to that. Okay, guys? Then energy is not every crisis is what it appears to be. Some events are carefully crafted performances designated to shape public perception and steer collective action. Okay? pay attention to that, right? And the energy around that. But this is going to be a theme for the summer coming up. And we may even have visitors as they are already speaking on them being amongst us. And based on the astro weather and planetary alignments, we can hear some things that are you're not going to have an option but to address aliens. Watch. I know it sounds far-fetched, but remember, you got to go back to CNN, pull it up, MSNBC, where they had breaking news. If it wasn't the end of this year, it was the end of the year before, where they had to come here and government admitted they are present. So I think Steven Spielberg even has a film, if it's not already out, or will be coming out for the summer in regards to this subject. So, I mean, y'all, we in 2026, and we here now. It is what it is, right? Alien helpers, a group of benevolent extraterrestrial beings, wishes to offer assistance to humanity. Could they provide the advanced technology and wisdom to heal our battered planet? Questions, right? And the last one on the bottom of the deck, so we can hear energy around this, false religion, right? When power replaces devotion, faith becomes a tool for control. Be aware of those who use the language of the divine to serve worldly agendas, okay? And again, remember Trump's last cards are met with obstacle, as well as it was the energy of, moving on. So, in endings, inevitable change. And it started with major cycle coming, even with him fighting the cycle. Okay, so that's that. Let's keep going with the week energy. All right, let's keep going. Last thing, guys, before we get into all signs, just really quickly, on the 3rd of this week, Jupiter squares Chiron, okay? And this exposes tender wounds around your personal worth so that they can finally be cleared. I'm so grateful. That is also another transit that's really powerful. And it's going to be around, I think, for like a 7-year cycle, which Jupiter Chiron. I'm sorry. No, Taurus. Chiron into Taurus on the 20th of this month. Because remember, one more day, and then we'll be out of the month of June. So I may just do I'll think about it, like quick snippets for you guys, or maybe just a quick video, because it is a transit that will affect you guys between now and the next 7 years. But it'll be about transmutating the wound, and it's really wherever Taurus is in your chart. It's going to be like a highlighting energy around whatever wound you have, and it's going to be a situation where you turn it over and you heal it, right? So that's that, and let's get into your signs and see what's up. All right, Aries, y'all know y'all up first. So again, y'all have a very positive week ahead, and let's get on to the signs. All right, let's get into it. My beautiful Aries collective, Sun, Moon, Horizon. Of course, I've already blessed your cards. So Aries, let's talk about the astro weather for you guys quickly this week. Your emotions can really run hot, so y'all got to keep a cool head, okay? The universe could truly, have you deep in your feels this week, okay, guys? You may feel like you're dwelling on situations or relationships from the past that may have left you confused and entangled. But on a separate note, you may also find that situations involving family or home or your living space are spiraling off track. So practice mindfulness, lie low, lay low, and know that this too shall pass in the energy, okay? Also, you guys got to stop treating every question like an accusation, Aries. June in this energy, as we close out, going into July, is challenging you guys to respond instead of reacting, especially when it comes to family, home, again, or your personal history, okay? So the Mercury in Cancer square Saturn in your sign can make you guys feel misunderstood, but defensive, and won't help your case. Okay, then Venus, opposition to Pluto, could create tension around romance, creativity, and friendships, especially if pride gets involved. Okay, guys? So once the full moon peaks in Capricorn, which is today. However, career pressure or public accountability could force you to really get serious and get some things in place, okay? Now, let's talk about this full moon today. It means big plans and accomplishments for you, your professional sector this week. You guys are learning why it is important not to give up, okay? Remember, Aries is also a critical transit that shows you the value of patience and perseverance, guys. Working towards your goals is a lot easier with Jupiter and Leo making an aspect to your sign this week, okay? So this is a time for you guys to spread your wings and fly. You know, the moon is showing you guys that you need to make practical plans and manage your time effectively so you will not feel deceived. You have the discipline, you know, thanks to Saturn being present, okay, guys? And the self-confidence from Jupiter and the ability to receive support from the sun in Cancer. Remember that energy, okay? Now, with the Leo transit, you know, get ready with luck and love, my beautiful Aries, okay? So if, you know, your romantic life has felt a little stagnant for some of you guys, remember Jupiter and Leo brings an exciting new energy in place for you guys, and I'm loving it. So put yourself out there and do not be afraid to make the first move. I mean, come on, y'all are Aries. That's what y'all all about, baby. Okay? So the vibes are high coming in Tuesday. Remember this. Fun stuff is headed your way. And if you guys are in a relationship, try to add some playfulness to the connection, you know. But if you single, baby, go out on a date and flirt your heart out. Okay, so let's get into your reading and see what the cards got for you guys, my beautiful Aries. All right, Aries, let's see what's up with y'all. Let's see what's going on in the energy for y'all this week. Just do a quick 1, 2, 3. What's going on with y'all? What is energy and what's going on? Got a lot. Got a full moon. Wow. Okay, Aries, and the energy, family, people divided. And it's funny how the message decided came out sideways. So, you know, you guys could be experiencing, you know, some division in the household and family issues and problems. It could be different for you all. For some, it could be children, it could be your spouse, it could be, you know, love, all the things, different ones, you know. But just understand that this is a situation that will arise in the week, you know. Some canceled events for some of you guys. Remember, Mercury retrograde is present, okay? So, also, this is a time and energy for you guys, kind of like you may have been in the fall, you know, or maybe on pause on certain things, but now you're starting to get your momentum and you're ready to push forward and make some decisions and make moves, okay? Now, everybody need to know about what you got going on. Some of this stuff, it's been situations where you've been dealing with things privately, you know, and also y'all, a lot of y'all are, you understand your inner knowing and you coming into it, okay? So just know at this time too that your intuition is heightened, okay? Finding the balance, like I said, for you guys, getting things back on track, and it could be different. Some gonna be relationships, some could be your finances, career, just whichever way, take what resonates, right? And it's just a week of, you guys are going to be clearing, releasing, and end of cycles, getting rid of some things. Some secrets going to come out, too. Can come out about, you know, your people around you, directly in your inner circle, family, friends, and you working through some unhealthy patterns, okay? Some of you guys, you know, it's different for you all. Some addictions, some things you got to work through, but also karmic connections, okay? And when the past show up in this energy, this is really you guys finding out some things about some people that you didn't even know about, honestly. But also this is about, you know, ending some things, working through, you know, like you said, codependency, okay? And if anybody been experiencing some ABUSC, you know, in that energy too, and unhealthy patterns, this is a time of strength where you are releasing them under this Capricorn moon, full moon, letting go of some things, making a decision to walk away, okay? But again, could see some restrictions and some delays in travel and different things, okay? Getting out of the mindset of thinking small, okay? Now, moon message that you guys got is, you're going to notice that with this, it's about growth, okay? So, in this message, opportunities and ideas that are blossoming in your life, and this energy is an energy of growth and encourages you to nourish your ideas and to continue to move forward. Okay, guys? That's deep. Okay, so setting practical goals and focusing on personal growth and healing. Remember, I said it's some inner knowing, okay? In moments in the space. Also harnessing your confidence to act decisively and to achieve breakthroughs. Breakthroughs are on the table, okay? So you guys will be taking action. Action. And remember, breakthroughs are here. Stepping into your confidence, moving forward, getting organization, getting things situated, you know, revision on your daily routine. Remember, healing and purpose is present. And this couldn't be more than your messages, soul family. You got quad nines, 999, lessons learned, you know, culmination, results, benefits, reflection, and completion. Taking stock of your accomplishments and how you arrived at them. This is a reminder to remain optimistic and to drive towards your goals. Maintain your momentum and know that the powers of heaven have your back, okay? You've made it and the reward goes to you. So you guys are completing cycles, closing them out, you know, and just know that new skills are activated. You're learning fast, your talents are expanding, and this growth actually changes everything. All right, Aries? Peace and love and good energy for this week. Keep pressing forward and stay cool in these, you know, family situations or situations that you could possibly face. All right? Peace and love. See y'all soon. My beautiful Taurus collective, sun, moon, and rising. Your astro weather for this week. And heading into the month of July with the different transits. So Taurus, even though everyone else may seem to be hitting that panic button this week, you guys have a chance to really reevaluate how you communicate with the world, okay? So you certainly have some deep thoughts when you set your mind to something, and it would be a good time to really consider how you articulate yourself to those around you. So think about that, okay? And just know that if people seem to be misunderstanding you at every turn, you guys can learn from this to become a better listener, okay? Also, uncomfortable situations, they don't have to be on the attack, on your peace, okay, Tauruses? But remember, challenges, however, you know, they happen the way that you communicate, especially with siblings, neighbors, close friends, or people you deal with regularly, okay? So Mercury and Cancer will clash with Saturn and Aries, and you guys could subconsciously project private fears onto your exchanges. Remember, Mercury retrograde in your communication sector is no exception, as it could bring old conversations back around, even if you thought they've been settled, okay? So remember, your celestial ruler Venus will make an opposition to Pluto, and this will be intensifying tensions between your personal life and your career demands. And lastly, once the full moon rises in Capricorn, which is today, you guys could begin questioning your beliefs or your long-term plans, okay? Now let's talk about the Capricorn full moon. If you put your dreams on hold, Taurus, this full moon in Capricorn is going to be a time for you guys to make space for them and to be honest with yourself, okay? Personal growth is connected with this transit, all right, Taurus? Because it encourages you guys to take on new roles, especially at home, okay? So Mercury is now retrograde, bringing you guys closer to friends and connections from the past. The full moon might also show you the value of editing and revising, since your career is a focus for you guys at this time, okay? Also, guys, let's talk about that Leo, Venus and Leo. It's a good thing, okay? So for you guys, Taurus, prepare for a major upgrade, okay, baby? So whether you're moving into a new house or you guys are simply redecorating your space, Tuesday, tomorrow, your home can feel like, you know, it feels better than it has in a while. Remember, Jupiter and Leo brings a get stuff done energy. You guys are going to be standing on business, getting things done. And there's anything that you've been meaning to deal with that's been sitting on that back burner, this is the time for you to handle it and take care of it, okay? This transit does not allow for any procrastination, okay, guys? So let's get into your messages and see what your cards got for you guys this week, Taurus. All right, let's see what y'all got popping right up. Okay, Taurus, I had already blessed your cards, and let's do a quick 3. Ooh, I'm talking about speaking, right, guys? Oh my gosh. Let me get your messages. I'm sorry. Here you go. And they fell down just like that. All right. You guys are setting plans in place, baby. Okay? And guess what? It's a lot of introspection and growth for you guys, too, in a period. But winter is a time where, you know, when you see this is the energy of you guys tying up loose ends, you know, standing forward and validating your feelings. You know, sometimes, you know, in Taurus, y'all can think about everybody else, but this is the time of validating your own, okay? Again, making plans for something that, you know, you will see the fruits of the labor within that winter season coming up, okay? This is going to be also an energy of the week in connections, relationships with your partner. Some of you guys could be single and you might be out and about and get ready to meet someone new, okay? And this love that's coming in, it can actually blossom, or you can see this culminate and really could possibly turn into something when winter season comes in. Remember, Saturn is about, with this Capricorn moon coming in, that's marriage and contract. So this is something that can lead to long-term relationships, right? Also, this is a week in an energy too, Taurus, where in relationships you course correct. You know, making changes to for the better of the connections for you guys that are already in relationships, needing to step it up, okay? Also endings for some of you guys, or, you know, understanding this karmic lessons and cycles have closed, okay? So a reevaluation phase energy for you guys. You know, if you've been feeling any blocked communications or clouded judgment, it's about redirecting the energy this week, okay? Exercising self-control and not hostility, Taurus, okay? And to make sure that you are not overindulging this week, okay? Any addictions that you're trying to release, it's time to cut ties with that. And this could be a week where, you know, you guys may be met with those for some of you guys in that energy. And it's going to be something in you to, you know, cause an ending, calling it quits, okay? But making sure, too, for some of you guys, it's about getting caught, unfortunately, okay? Getting caught up. And this is the energy where this can cause a breakdown for some of you guys, a small few in relationships this week, okay? But this is a week of like connection and alignment, and it can go a lot of ways. It could be harmony here, love here, endings, beginnings. This is a pivotal time as we step into pretty much, you know, the solstice. And remember, this is winter solstice. So the next half of the year, you guys, when you are coming in this halfway point, ending and stepping into new, whichever way that looks for you, right? Because it's different for you all. But you're letting go of some things under this moon. Ain't that something? All right, let's get a little moon message for y'all. Okay, so the dreamer's imagination energy. This is a time for creativity for you guys, Taurus. You know, intuition is heavy and a lot of spiritual growth, okay? You know, use energy of Pisces, which is compassionate and intuitive energy, to explore your inner world and embrace your dreams, okay? So that's a message for some of you guys. And this is the angel number message that you got for this week. You got, listen, again, let me say this. Some of you guys may have been questioning it, and commitment is on the table. Some of you guys can be getting committed together. Angel number 0606, commitment is about loyalty, responsibility, truth, love, light, spiritual realms, growth, and solutions. Remember, applying honesty and light daily is fast track to creating a peaceful and meaningful life, okay? So it's how you find solutions and comfort, Taurus. Release worries by speaking your truth and expressing emotions regularly. Open up for the best is yet to come for you guys, okay? Message of intuitive. Remember I said your intuition is very heavy this week. Trust in your inner wisdom and allow yourself quiet growth in this phase of the energy. Intuition is present, insight is present, and quiet growth, okay? And as we close out, bet on yourself, okay? I love it. Your potential is worth the risk. Your courage builds opportunity, and you are the best investment. And as I'm gonna have to give you this one, secure the bag. That's what y'all doing, Taurus, and I love it. Money opportunities are opening. Your effort is paying off, and this is your moment to claim your abundance. All right, peace and love. I'll see you guys soon in the next one. All right, my beautiful Gemini collectors, sun, moon, and rising. This is your Astro Weather energy this week. This is the energy you guys are coming into. So this week ahead for you guys, Gemini, you could feel like entering a whirlwind. You used to a bit of spontaneity, you know, but this energy is going to draw extra frustrations around your income, finances, or money matters, okay? So some of you may notice that income streams are shifting, checks are being delayed, or there are confusing charges on your account. So the best thing to do is to try to approach the coming weeks with a sense of grounding yourself, okay, guys? Also, remember, Geminis, you don't have to prove a point. Just protect your peace, okay? This month, and as we close it out today and we're coming into July, remember your biggest challenge is having the confidence not to over-explain yourself, okay? This is a greater pressure, like, could be on your money values, friendships, and self-worth, okay? Remember, your celestial ruler is Mercury. That's your planetary ruler, which also clashes with Saturn, bringing serious conversations around this money, okay? Boundaries and what you're no longer willing to invest for the sake of approval. Now, Mars will also make its debut in your sign, making you sharper and faster, but necessarily more impatient, okay? So, listen, you guys maybe could possibly for some be more combative than usual. So take a deep breath before you lash out. Remember, Venus will also make an opposition to Pluto too, which could expose power struggles in these conversations, flirtations, or social dynamics. Remember that. So during that full moon in Capricorn that's coming in today, it peaks tonight. This will be themes surrounding your shared resources, and your emotional entanglements could really come into focus, okay? So let's talk about this full moon in Capricorn today. As you know, it's going to have you guys connecting with your emotions and understanding how to process them, okay, Gemini? It is also an energy that encourages you guys to face what continues to block you from attracting all the wonderful things that you deserve. Now, you're learning more lessons this week as you grow and you find your power. This good news this week is that, remember, Jupiter is now in Leo, okay? That's really tomorrow, but you can say today. And Gemini bringing excellent ideas to you guys and showing you how to build upon them. So utilize the discipline from this lunation, this beautiful moon, and apply it to your personal projects so you can see them continue to grow, okay? So let's talk about, real quick, last one is a beautiful thing. And this is Leo entering, Jupiter, okay? So you are already like you said, y'all already a good communicator, okay? Geminis, but you about to get even better, baby. Listen, that Jupiter in Leo, it's the next year, 12-month cycle is genuinely great for writing and getting your ideas out into the world, okay, messengers? Y'all hear me, right, guys? It's creative projects that are involving words, whether that's a book or a script, has a real momentum behind it starting on the 30th, okay? So you guys been thinking about this for a while, and Jupiter in Leo gives you the push that you need to get down to business and get into work, get to work, okay? So let's see what the cards got in store. What's your reading for this week, all right, Gemini? Let's see what's up. My beautiful, beautiful Gemini collectors, come on the horizon. Let's get into your energy, Geminis. Ooh, y'all already coming out the gate with your messages before I could even flip, huh? Let's get into it. So, new cycle ahead, okay? Happening whether you like it or not. That's a fact. And the energy coming in. Okay, Gemini. Lots of opportunities on the table, okay? Got some choices to make, okay? So, could be in the energy of some things that are unclear for you, and also paying attention to the illusions in the energy, okay? Any confusion this week, for some of you guys, you could come in the energy of lacking focus in certain areas. Remember, take what resonates, leave the rest behind. It's different for you all, okay? And for some of you guys, it's about hope and wishfulness energy, and that's a good energy to come into, but making sure that you are paying attention and cutting through the illusions, okay, Gemini? Not to let your imagination run wild, okay, guys? But again, many options on the table, many possibilities. You guys are, believe it or not, with Mercury retrograde energy, it's about slowing down, but you guys are picking up the pace. You guys are coming in hot, okay? 1 second. Sorry about that, guys. Okay, so what I was saying was, Gemini, in the energy, you guys, you could be full speed ahead, picking up the pace on things, making, these split and rash decisions. And this is a time for you guys to slow down. You got some decisions to make. And this is about, making the right decision. So not being in a rush, taking your time, taking time to align, okay? You will see delays and things coming about. So be prepared for that. Remember, we are in Mercury retrograde. Okay, guys? Also in energy of love, guys. It's a time for reflection during this time. And let me just tell you, baby, with all these possibilities on the table, a lot of past energy could be popping up. And it doesn't have to be love. It could be family members. It's different for you all. Remember to take what resonates and leave what's, left behind. But when you see this energy, something you've been holding back on, it's time for you guys to take a pause, tune into your intuition, okay? Taking better care of yourself, all right? Better self-care and self-love in this time, in this energy, okay? Whatever you've been culminating and something that you've been working on, you're going to see it coming to fruition in the energy of winter solstice that will be at the end of the year. So, within the next year, it's some things that you're going to see they're going to play out and come into fruition in a major way for you guys. Tying up loose ends too, okay? Also, this is a time where, like I said, for a small group in love, you guys are on a pause, okay? This is a time where whatever this situation, it took something out of you too, Gemini. It really did. And so this going to be a time for you to make a decision. Because I hate to tell you, that's why I paused. You're going to hear. They're going to be popping back up, okay? So you got decisions to make. Remember, that was your first card, all right? But this is not about making quick decisions. Remember, take your time. All right. So remember to, you know, be prepared for the delays, okay? Because I see the anxious movement and you guys moving forward, but be prepared. Remember, we are in retrograde, okay? Look, don't take any shortcuts either. Pay attention to that type of energy, okay? Because that is not going to pay off for whatever that means. That's another message for you guys as well, okay? Let's get some moon messages for y'all in a week ahead. So tying up loose ends, and make sure that, you know, you validate your own feelings, okay? As well as others. Remember that, okay? Let me get a shuffle real quick. Gemini energy. Yeah. There you go. All right, guys. This is the energy about, you know, your opportunities and your ideas. They're going to continue to take momentum. They're going to grow in size. And this is the energy of growth, and it encourages you to nourish your ideas and to keep moving forward, okay? I love the message as far as, you know, continuing to stay inspired too, guys, okay? Geminis. Not letting your mind get the best of you, okay? You got angel number 666. 666 is reflect. And that's the energy you got. It's time for you guys to take a reflection. I can't make it up. So it's about love, affection, compassion, kindness, attention, and self-love, okay? Several unexpected development, guys, will enter your life and impact how you feel. This is a chance to reevaluate your identity, okay, Geminis? You need a mental shift towards greater optimism, self-assurance, and trust. So put your faith in your gut and your inner voice, and pay attention to your feelings and use them to help you become a better person, okay? You guys are the mentioning my nose itching. It's crazy. Messages, right? Quiet tools. You got feminine forces, guys. Again, you know, dual energy, Gemini, you know, you do represent the Lover's card, but in this energy, it's about relationships and finding the balance. Like I said, prosperity is here, efficiency, patience, and humility. So you can do everything by yourself, but life is to be shared, Gemini. So partner up with the right spirit, okay? And you'll become a force, baby. Now, honor commitments and people around you, and don't judge. Just listen, okay? That's the energy of many possibilities, many decisions, many options. But my member said this is the time for you to take a step back. Take the time to, you know, evaluate what's going on, okay? It's funny because we in a full moon in Capricorn, and the energy on the table is new moon in Capricorn energy. Moon message, guys. You guys are laying down the groundwork for your ambitions with discipline and focus, okay? And also, let me say this, discipline, ambition, and foundations are a focal point. Focus on creating emotional safety and nurturing relationships, okay? Nurturing emotional growth and safety energy right now, okay? You guys you're the prize, Gemini. Listen, you bring unique value to the table. People recognize your work, and you don't need to chase anything. You hear me? That's why there's many possibilities on the table. I love when the messages really align, okay? So take your time and make decisions. Remember, you are the prize. And closing out, stop overgiving, guys. Stop overgiving. You're doing more than you share. You're stretching yourself thin, and your energy needs balance. And remember, silent judging energy. Your face says what your mouth won't. Silence speaks louder than words, and someone is quietly evaluating the situation. All right, so pay attention to judgment, guys. All right, I love you guys. Peace and love, Gemini, okay? And I will see you guys, you know, soon and in the next one. Have a productive week, okay? Take your time and be prepared for the delays, all right? See y'all soon. My beautiful Cancer Collective, sun on the rising. So Cancer, let's get into it. This is your Astro Weather for this week ahead, and you know that's what we're going to do first. So my beautiful Cancer, listen. The entire universe for you guys may feel like it's colliding and spinning off in every direction, but You love to have your life in alignment and you know where you headed. But now in the weeks ahead could have you guys questioning whether your path is ultimately going, what am I doing? What is going on? You know, your journey forward may feel a bit up in the air and you may need to take 10 steps backwards just to rehash your plans and to move forward. Okay, guys? And also, you got to be honest about what it is that you want, Cancer, okay? Not just what you can tolerate. Remember that. The truth will set you free, guys. So speak up for yourself once and for all. Either way, this month, you know, as you closing it out and you coming into July, is deeply personal for you guys. In addition to Mercury stationing retrograde in your sign, really today, right? It also clashes with Neptune, which can create these illusions around perception, identity, and reputation, okay? So the same goes for Mercury squaring to Saturn, except this could make you feel criticized or pressured to define yourself more clearly in a public or professional setting, okay? So as for Venus's opposite Pluto, money tensions or themes around intimacy and control could kind of bubble up and come to a head. So think about that, okay, guys? And remember, this full moon in Capricorn today, relationship dynamics could really reach a significant point of clarity. And again, you cannot deny the truth, okay? So Cancer, a lot to unpack. Now, let's talk about this moon today, because this energy is concentrated in your relationship sector, okay? So Cancer, this is teaching you guys new methods of getting through to others. Saturn might add some rigidity to it, but it also helps you improve collaborative connections with colleagues and friends, okay? So Saturn in Aries is pushing cardinal signs to see their potential. And you will just need to get ready. Get yourself together. Get ready now. Now with Jupiter now in Leo, you guys can see how you will be more action-oriented and driven to succeed. And of course, now while you may be given a crown or take a role or take on a role as a leader, all right, you still need to show others a level of compassion, okay, Cancer? And of course, the excitement, guys, remember, Jupiter and Leo, Jupiter just left your sign, Cancer. But I know this could be like, oh, but remember, I'm telling you, moving into Leo, this is great things for your finances, okay, guys? So tomorrow, the 30th, is the start of a more prosperous chapter of your life. Remember, Jupiter and Leo gets things moving. So if you've been meaning to ask for a raise or start a side hustle, this is your time to do so on Tuesday, okay? So take a moment to think about what you want your financial life to look like ahead, because the next 12 months are probably your best shot at making it happen, all right? So let's get into the reading and see what the cards and messages got for you this week, Cancer. All right, my beautiful Cancer collective. Sun, Moon, and Rising. I already blessed your cards. Get the energy around you guys for this week. Ooh, and y'all talking out the gate. I ain't even get to see what's going on with y'all. Okay, relationships coming in hot out the gate. Okay, guys. You guys got relationships are a thing. Connections are here. Alignment is here. Romance is here. Love. Okay. And this is the different dynamics for you all. Some of you guys are coming into union. Some of you guys are going to be meeting your soulmate. Okay. Also, for some of you guys, this could be something that you feel like could never happen. But I'm here to tell you it's possible in this transit and in the energy. So get ready, okay? Someone else, you know, for some of you guys, remember Saturn is here. It's beginning to end in some contracts. And this is somebody who, you know, very selfish, could be narcissistic, or, you know, just really it's been a breakdown between you in a relationship, and this is the time where you release and you move forward, okay? And look, this is also confirmation in the messages. And for some of you guys, Cancer, this could be a, fire sign energy, Leo, Sagittarius, Aries energy that you coming into union with, or maybe ending one, okay? You guys are getting things situated and balanced with your home life. Remember, Cancer represents home. So getting things back on track with your relationship, hitting the reset button, you making plans and building something too. And you're going to see the fruitions of it come in a winter solstice. So the next half of the year is pivotal, and you guys will see success in whatever it is that you are building towards, okay? But again, course correcting where you got too many irons in the fire, right? Where you guys are, a little bit over here, a little bit over there, and you are finding, the balance in this, okay? And also not being stubborn. Remember, Cancer, you can get in the energy, it's my way or the highway, but this is about, working through that energy of being overly strong-willed, okay? If you've been going through some losses or things that have, taken you under, remember, forgiveness is on the table. And this is the energy around a retrograde where family does show up, okay? So healing dynamics are on the table, and forgiveness too. Like I said, a connection where you guys could not be together, okay? But you can get through this, okay? Let me just say this. Making sure that you guys are being very intentional when it comes to travel, being safe. Remember, this is retrograde. So make sure that you guys are not just driving safe for yourselves, but also safe for others, okay? And watch out for any impulsive energy and people, a possibility of somebody trying you and you feeling the need to pop off. I'm telling you, work on that, okay? And conflicts that you've been having, I love to see the energy of harmony restored, okay? So conflicts where there are situations that resolve themselves. You come to common ground on things, solutions are here, okay? And cooperation, too, from maybe somebody who you felt like you didn't, have cooperation from, okay? You guys got energy of, that's the second time, energy of growth, okay? So this is like understanding that you guys are going to be continuing to move forward. You're growing in size, opportunities, and ideas that are blossoming in your life. Remember, culminating, something you building now. Remember, winter solstice time, you're going to see it really, really bloom, okay? And this card that you pull also represents the energy of growth and encourages you to nourish your ideas and to continue to keep moving forward, okay? So let's get angel number message for you guys. All right, okay. This week you got, Let me see. What you got, guys? Sorry about that. The cards flying every which way. Okay, listen, I love to see it again. Harmony restored. It backs up the messages that you have. 0707, it's about compromise, okay? Self-awareness, forgiveness, Cancers, professionalism, empathy, tenacity, and freedom, okay? So let go of what no longer serves you. Stop holding on to grudges, guys. Expressing your emotions and aim towards a compromise. Where there's a lack of understanding, it's best to move on, and the truth will set you free. And let me say something. You guys are born in the 7th month. This may be a number for you guys to play in your local lottery. Just put something on it, all right? Because you are in the 7th month, Cancer. New moon and Aries energy pulling from moon cards. It's a bold new beginning for you guys, and it's urging you to take charge and confidently pursue your passions moving forward, okay? Also, listen, on the back of this, that full moon and Libra energy on this moon card messages is about seeking fairness and deepen your connections through understanding, okay? I said that as we led, and this is just confirmation. Justice, compromise, and connection is on the table. Let's get you one more message for you guys. It's about an emotional detox, and it's all about the energy. You guys, I can't make up your messages. You clearing old attachments, cleans your heart. You're releasing what weighs you down, and healing begins with honesty. Okay, guys? So I love that for you guys, Cancer. Peace and love. Enjoy your week. Be productive. Keep moving forward. Drive safe. And back up all your email and your files and your phone and stuff like that. Make sure, because remember, retrograde is about communication breakdown. All right? Peace and love. See y'all soon. Beautiful Leo collective, Sun, Moon, and Rising. So Leo, this is your Astro Weather for this week ahead, guys. Let's get right on into it, because we are already headed into July just that fast, right? So Leos, you guys are typically not prone to much anxiety, but you have an inherent confidence that no matter what the world throws at you guys, you can roar, baby, and conquer through these things. But listen, starting this week and into the ones ahead, you guys may feel as if the universe is testing your limits and your mental health, okay? So you may literally feel the need to hide out under the covers, lay low, and reflect on what seems to be haunting you for some of you guys, okay? Also, this is, the performance of convincing, but are you actually okay, Leo? You got to ask yourself that, right? So as we head into the month of July and closing out this month of June, the Astro Weather challenges everything from your private thoughts to your old fears and the hidden emotions you prefer to keep locked away. Remember, Mercury in Cancer, for instance, will square off with Saturn, which could bring a sobering realization about something that you've been avoiding. Mercury retrograde could also explain why memories resurface along with emotional unfinished business, okay, guys? Moreover, while transiting your sign, Venus will, make attraction, power of dynamics, and controlling behavior harder for you guys to ignore. Make sure you're paying attention to that, because once the moon peaks tonight, right? So this moon in Capricorn, your work and wellness routines will demand discipline and structure, okay? So something could come full circle for you guys at this time, all right? So let's talk about the Capricorn moon today. You guys can expect a deeper transformation with your philosophy this week, okay? Now, Leo, as this full moon in Capricorn presents new perspectives, connecting with like-minded individuals is highly likely, especially for those involved in the academic sector, okay? Now that Jupiter is in your sign, you may be inspired to dive into new topics, expand your knowledge, okay? So get ready to be involved in new circles or get invited to more social events, okay, Leos? So for those focused on improving their career prospects, you guys could enhance your skills at this time. All right, you superstars. Let's talk about, Jupiter coming on into your sign right now. You guys are the star of the show. So Jupiter is in your sign, Leos. And this happens once every 12 years. And it starts right now, tomorrow. But let's just go ahead and say right now, okay? Expecting more opportunities, better self-confidence. Listen, suddenly on tomorrow the 30th, the things that you've been working towards they within reach. They right there. You can get them, okay? So success is not going to happen overnight. Nope. But the best things that happen during a Jupiter return aren't always loud, Leos. So on a random Tuesday, something subtly shifts for you guys. And 6 months later, you look back and you realize that was the moment that things started going right at that moment. All right? So let's get into your messages and see what your cards and your reading is all about this week. Let's get into it. All right, Leo, let's get into the energy around you guys. Okay, my beautiful Leo clinic. Thank you, Spirit. I'm on the horizon. Thank you. Let's see. Energy around the instruments for Leo. Okay. I'm gonna get a few more messages for you guys. Okay, Leo. into it. Okay, Leos. You guys been dealing with a lot different for you all, but when it comes to love and just even in situations, some of you guys, you know, depression, grief, you know, it's like I said, take what resonates, leave the rest behind, okay? But you guys been into certain situations. And also, Leos, it's been a time where you've probably been finding a lot of time to yourself lately. Using time for reflection, okay? Tuning more into your intuition. This is going to be a time, too, this week where the energy's coming in for you guys to start taking better care of yourselves, you know, making those appointments. And this is just, again, self-love and understanding forward, like things that you finally saying, this is what I'm doing for the better of me, right? You guys are dedicated to your work, your money, your coin, okay? Detailed this week. Again, dedication to the craft. Learn. Some of you guys gonna be enrolling in, what am I trying to say? Perfect mastery of something, like sharpening the skills, okay? But you committed to the change necessary, because you guys are really putting in work. And when I tell you, you're going to see some things, and like a lot of you guys are entrepreneurs too, but just know in the workhouse, you guys are going to be a force to be reckoned with, okay? Like I said, it's different for you all, but a lot of y'all, like everybody got different things that they done had going on. And remember, with retrograde and seeing Ace of Cups on the table, this could be relationships, and it could be family, it could be your children, it could be home, it could be spouse, it could be love, it could be all the things, right? But whatever burdens, like whatever conflicts that have been going on, this is a time where you guys are readjusting things. Remember, this Capricorn full moon is in, you releasing, letting go. Again, getting your priorities straight, okay? Prioritizing things, okay? Taking responsibility and then delegating responsibility too, okay? If you've been dealing with somebody who's been a heartbreaker or somebody who's been full of shit, so to speak, okay? Well, this gonna be a time under this moon where, you know, you release, you let go, and you walk away. Some of you guys, there's karmic connections that are ending. Remember, Saturn is about karma, okay? So this will be the end of the road of union for some of you guys, okay? Releasing what no longer serves you. And again, tuning more into yourself, your intuition, taking better care of yourself. And this energy brings in an emotional, fulfilled energy as you push forward, okay? I can't make it up. A lot of people maybe in the, you know, in the energy, you know, breakdown of marriage. Remember, Saturn is marriage house and contracts. So this could be a breakdown of some form of a contract, you know, partner in any form, different for you all. But Leo, this is about freedom, okay? This is about, you know, making choices for yourself and finally choosing you, going against the grain, not, you know, people pleasing anymore. Remember, Jupiter is in your sign. You guys are elevating, okay? Growing. And remember, Leo rules the heart of the matter. So if your heart ain't in it going forward, you're not going to move forward. And it's interesting because that's what the heart of the matter is, the Ace of Cups, the card that leads your messages, right? So, you know, again, anything that's been holding you back, somebody who's been manipulative for some of you guys, you know, just know this is the time where you choose you, Leo. And another thing, you know, remember Mercury is in retrograde. So we could see, y'all could see some cancellations, some delays this week. Maybe an event that you're going to could be possibly postponed, okay? So just remember that also in the energy. And remember to back up all your files and stuff, Leo. You know, communication, driving safely, especially for yourself and other people. For other people, even more so. Remember, that always happens around retrograde times, okay? So, yeah. Some of you guys going to be returning home and visiting home. And let me just say this. Somebody from the past could show back up. And y'all already know that this situation could have been a whole burdensome. But it's going to be time for you to make a decision going forward, Leo, how you deal with it. And again, love can show up. True love, too, in its time, okay? Connections for my singles and relationships that, again, if you are strengthening the bond, this is the time where you're going to work through it, okay? Energy, communication, the messenger's call. This is the time for communication right now and new beginnings. This is a moon message that came in for you guys, Leo. So using this moon's energy to connect and express with yourself. And if that's not exactly what I've already said, that just you know, and like I said, any trouble that you guys experience in the head, you know, any delays, just know that you guys are you stepping into new beginnings. So you coming out of that stagnant phase and you stepping in full throttle ahead. Remember, it's a new season with Jupiter here. Angel number 1331, good fortune. I love it. I can't even make the messages up, guys. Okay, so this is about advice, comfort, major change, individuality, and independence. So have faith in your skills and talents, Leo, as they are a tool that can provide you with a bright future. A piece of good advice for you guys is a moment of enlightenment or comforting message is on its way to you. Everything will work out in your favor, okay, guys? I can't even make it up. And this is all in your messages. We in the full moon in Capricorn now, and the moon message that fell out is new moon in Capricorn. So laying down the groundwork, guys, for your ambitions with discipline and focus. I can't make it up. And I said you're going to be dedicated to the craft. And this just bags it all up. Discipline, ambition, and foundation. So last messages for you, Leo, as we close out. And your message is a little longer. But hey, you guys got a lot going on. So remember, Leo, rose-tinted glasses. You only see the good parts. Make sure you're paying attention to the red flags that blend into the background. Fantasy mixes with reality, okay? And listen, upgrade your life. You guys got major upgrades ahead. Jupiter's in Leo. The sky is the limit. I can't make it up. Small improvements compound fast. Your habits shape your future. You're building a better version of yourself. So life upgrades ahead for you, Leos. I love y'all. Peace and love. And I'll see you guys soon in the next one. All right, my beautiful Virgos. Let's get into it. Let's talk your Astro Weather, guys, for this week ahead, headed into July, okay? So Virgos, you guys, you know, you tend to be an individual who can quite easily map out every single plan and strategy, right? And connecting with those who support your goals and your vision is very important to you guys. So from this week onward, you may find that there's a little drama or miscommunication occurring with your social circle for some of you guys, or friendships, okay? But if you really buckle down and dig through the smoke screens, you'll be able to see clearly in the end, okay? So on a different note, Virgos, you may find old acquaintances from the past are on your mind, or they possibly could even be crossing your paths, okay? So remember that you can't manage everyone else's chaos for the sake of productivity, okay, Virgos? So this is especially true in this energy, even as we closing out the month, as the Astro Weather challenges everything from your friendships and your group dynamics to your day-to-day habits and your emotional boundaries, okay? So remember, your planetary ruler Mercury will also clash with Saturn and Aries, and this is going to be making conversations with friends and co-workers feel a little heavier than expected, especially if loyalty, trust, or shared history is involved, okay? So Venus will also make an opposition to Pluto, exposing hidden stress around work, health and emotional baggage, okay, guys? So it still doesn't end there. Not quite, but Mars is entering Gemini, and this increases pressure in your career sector, and this is making your words and your ideas more visible, okay, guys? And lastly, you know, by the time, which meaning this full moon is coming in now in Capricorn today, you know, and it peaks tonight. Romance, creativity, children, and personal fulfillment, they all get a reality check, okay, guys? So let's talk a little bit more about the moon today. You guys can experience some creative new ideas this week with this full moon in Capricorn coming in, and it makes your imagination flow, okay, Virgo? So you guys have a deeper connection with the art that you produce at this time. Now, some of you guys could be taking up new hobbies, okay? Or creative activity could also help you guys decompress, especially with Jupiter now in Leo, and this is helping you guys to heal your inner child, okay? So while you may opt to focus on work, the entire meaning of this week's full moon energy for you guys, Virgo, is to remind you to incorporate fun activities into your life, okay, guys? Don't forget that. Now, lastly, let's talk about Jupiter and Leo. So listen, Tuesday, you guys, you're healing and doing the kind of inner work that actually sticks. Remember, Leo may be a bold sign, but even so, Jupiter in Leo is quietly doing a lot for you guys behind the scenes. This is the kind of growth that doesn't look like much from the outside, but it feels enormous on the inside, okay, guys? So the 30th, tomorrow, has a nice focused energy to it for you guys, and it's a good day for you guys to start something that you've been putting off because it felt too big to begin. So remember that, Virgo, and let's get into the cards and see what your message and reading is for this week ahead. All right, Virgo, I already addressed your cards. Let's get into your messages. So let's see what's going on with you guys. Too many, let's see. Number 3. Ooh. Let me try this. What's Mercury retrograde? This is the interesting energy today. Let's see. Virgo collective. See what y'all get. This energy. Virgo. Y'all got going on as we get into the top of the week of July. Y'all believe this month already over, right? It's crazy. It seems like we just did it. Y'all got a lot of messages, so let's see what's going on. All right. So, all right, Virgo. Y'all been dealing with a lot of things, okay? So, when you see the messages, you know, y'all been wearing a lot of hats, always taking care of everybody else. But this is a time right now with this retrograde energy coming in, and also the full moon in Capricorn, right? Where you guys are actually taking a step back, you know, and even if you don't want to, life is making you do it. Meaning, you know, it's different for you all, but remember, we in a retrograde, it's about the past showing up, family showing up, friends. So you can have all these different dynamics going on that is basically making you have to deal with that right now, okay? So taking a step back from what you normally doing, and this is the time where you are dealing with, you know, family matters or dealing with things, situations that you've been going on. And let me say something. Some of you guys, you know, could be on a pause from being in relationships. Like I said, this is different for you all, so take what resonates, right? But also, what in a situation, Virgo, has you guys at a stagnant phase where you've been sitting still and it's like something's been holding you back, right? Well, with this energy shift coming in this week, you guys are going to move out of that energy, and it's like you jumping, coming out of, you know, sitting and just jumping right into the frying pan. It's like you're taking full action ahead, right? You preparing for changes, and just know that within a few months, you guys are going to see changes happen, right? During this time, you also going to be making long-term plans, creating new situations, revamping them, all of those things to your goals and your plans ahead in the future, right? But whatever you're preparing for right now and sowing seeds for, know that you guys are going to see a harvest, okay, Virgo? Again, a new chapter is ahead, whether you like it or not. You guys are coming into fulfillment. Travel is ahead. You guys are on the horizon, you know, moving forward, okay? Success and achievement is here. You guys will be giving and also receiving as you deserve it. So again, celebrating family, friends, different situations, and you guys can even be helping friends. But also know, Virgo, that in this energy, you guys are going to be receiving some blessings and abundance coming in as well, and gifts. So guess what? You deserve it. Receive it, right? Some things are going to be revealed to you guys in a 3-month period too. So check out within this time, again, within this moon coming in, and within the next 3 months, it's a new emotional cycle ahead, okay? Again, let me say something. While you guys are on the move and traveling, just know that you can run into meeting someone, and this could be, you know, a soulmate energy under this, you know, Saturn energy is long term. So this is somebody who you run into that could be, you know, coming into your life, and it is a fated soulmate energy, right? Remember, we got Mercury retrograde, so look out for cancellations or any delays, you know, in your trips and travel, and make sure that you are safe and paying attention. Remember, we got to pay attention to other people more than we do ourselves sometimes, especially when we are driving and moving forward. And you guys can experience some car, you know, troubles this week, but just know it's retrograde. It's about getting in front of it and, you know, taking care of things, okay? Again, community support. Old love can show up, y'all, and you be like, what in the world? Where the hell did you come from, okay? And again, celebrating friends and parties, okay? Don't be greedy, Virgo. You know, this is a time of even give and take. So, you know, give, and again, you're going to be receiving, okay? You also got the energy. Look, new moon in Cancer. It's funny, in the Cancer season, in this retrograde, you guys are going to be feeling nostalgic anyway. So use this time to reflect on your emotional needs and connect with your intuition, drawing on this energy. When the Cancer energy about home is about caring, and it's also about intuitive energy, okay? So you guys got angel number 0505, unexpected shifts, Virgo. Yes, divine intervention, sudden challenges, love, look, pleasant surprises, and gut feelings. So, this number serves as a gentle nudge to pursue whatever interests you the most. It's possible that something could rock your boat, but you'll end up exactly where you belong, which could be in somebody's arms, Virgo, your dream job, or abroad, etc. Is that not confirmation for what, you know, I'm already speaking on? And it's the moon message that you guys got is a time of steady growth and momentum, okay, where belief and action build the strength necessary to achieve your goals, okay, Virgo? So growth, building, belief, and progress is present, okay? And as we close out, you guys got new skills activated. You're learning fast, your talents are expanding, and this growth, it changes everything, Virgo. All right, so you guys have a wonderful week. Peace and love, and I'll see you guys, you know, really soon. And then the next one, Virgo. Right, my beautiful Libra, sun, moon, and rising. All right, guys, let's get into your astro weather first. You know how I do it. So Libra, listen, this past year, guys, has certainly shown a lot of attention to your professional life and your career matters, okay? So whether that's helped you guys soar higher or caused you to move in new directions, however, for the coming months or so, you know, you may find that you have to reevaluate your ambitions and career plans if something seems to be a little bit off, okay? The good news is that if you take it slowly, you can really revamp your strategies and go further in the long run, okay, guys? So, Libra, be diplomatic, but don't disappear, okay? Creating a harmony and keeping the peace shouldn't mean you have to disregard your point of view. This month's Astro Weather, as we are closing it out and heading into July, it challenges your career, relationships, and public persona, especially if emotional expectations clash with your professional responsibilities. So, for instance, Mercury will square off with Saturn, and this is triggering some serious conversations with partners, colleagues, or authority figures, okay? So, when this moon reaches its first quarter phase in your sign, it puts you directly in a hot seat and pressure zone, okay? So it has some compromising turned on into resentment for you guys, or your celestial ruler, your planetary ruler, Venus, will also oppose Pluto retrograde, and that'll be steering intensity around romance, friendship, and validation. Now, by the full moon Capricorn today, in this energy, home and family matters demand more of your attention, and you're not going to be able to ignore it, okay? So let's get into this Capricorn moon energy today. This is showing you guys a lot about being patient with others, with Mercury stationed in retrograde on the same day today as the full moon. This is a week for you guys to see love in a new light and incorporate more of an independent mindset, okay, Libras? So if you did not protect your boundaries before, this is the moment for you to add balance to your current or future partnerships, okay? So Saturn in Aries is showing you guys why you need to choose quality connections over toxic ones, okay, guys? Let's talk about Leo. This Jupiter and Leo energy is good for us all. For you guys, if some of you been lonely, just know that it is ending, Libra, and your social life is about to get a major boost, okay? Tuesday, Jupiter in Leo brings better people into your orbit and helps you build a supportive community, okay? So if you've been feeling a little isolated, this energy really helps you guys out. But you can't stay home and expect your problems to miraculously get solved, okay? So tomorrow on the 30th, I need y'all to go out into the world and make new friends, okay? The universe has your back, guys. So let's get into your reading for this week and your messages and cards. All right, Libras? All right, Libras, let's get into your cards. And I've already placed your cards. So let's see what y'all got going on in the energy for the week ahead. Beautiful Libra collector, sun, rising, energy. I'm going to 1 and 3. See what y'all got going on. Libra. Okay, let's talk about it, guys. Okay, so my Libras, listen. Okay. The money is on the table, baby. Love is on the table, all right? And let me say this. Okay, so different for you all, different messages. Let's unpack. But Libra, this is a week, okay? In this energy, you guys are going to be taking risks. Now, remember, we got Mercury retrograde going on. So for some of you guys, you can experience delays when it comes to money and, income situations, okay? Paying attention to, Libra, if it's any energy around greed, this is an energy where you're going to need to work through and release, okay? This is about taking caution, paying attention to all the details, okay? Let me say something. Remember, the devil is in the details, okay? So it's going to be about ironing out details and making revision. Remember, the Capricorn moon is here today, okay? And Saturn is about karma, and Saturn is also about, rewards, especially when you've been putting in the work, okay? Also, when it comes to love, guys, and relationships, for some of you guys, it's going to be proposals coming in, okay? Also, energy around for, the week is open and going into the summer month and the season, you guys can meet someone new, okay? A new soulmate on the horizon, all right? Remember, Venus is, in Leo, so you guys will be really, one thing about the Venus Leo vibe, it's a whole vibe, okay? And also for you guys too, making sure that, how can I say this? If you've been feeling any dissatisfaction, Libra, you know, everybody go through things. And for you guys, for some, you've been dealing with some stuff, right? And maybe for some of you guys, it is depression. And for some, it's just about being unmotivated, or, you know, maybe it's an area of your life that you having a little bit of dissatisfaction about, okay? So let me get some more energy for you guys too, okay? Because I see the energy, guys. And let me say this. If you got court coming up, you know, remember this is the Mercury retrograde is in Cancer. It's about revisiting the past. So the past does show up. And also past love can show up too. That's also in the messages, okay? But you've been dealing with somebody. For some of y'all been playing games, okay? So in this situation, for some of you guys in relationships, you could experience a breakdown. And maybe this is a situation where this has really caused, you know, a breakdown to you, even physically and emotionally, okay, Libras? And that's for some of you guys, okay? But, you know, healing is on the table. If any of you guys been going through some forms of health issues, but in regards to courts, guys, and if you have court on the table or anything moving forward, this is about karma under this moon, okay? So the energy is your outcome is going to be what you put into it, okay? If good character is present, positive outcome present, right? If it's the opposite, then, you know, y'all already know what it is. It is what it is. The shake-up is the shake-up, and that's what it'll be, right? All right. So also, again, dealing with divorce, marriage, inheritances. A lot of this can show up too, you know, where you guys will be kind of answering to that and dealing with somebody that you may have been married to that's full of shit. It is what it is. Okay. But again, you guys are going to be manifesting things, you know, bringing it in, finding the balance. And that's what I wanted to see in the energy. Okay. Balancing the scales, you know, and just make sure that you guys are not out of control, excessive, you know, an energy of things just getting out of hand. Okay, Libra? Paying attention to that, okay? Remember, the Chariot is about strength of will. So regardless of all the things that any of you guys are experiencing, the willpower is here, success is here. You're going to push forward, okay? You taking action. Make sure that you guys are staying safe and also driving safely too during retrograde. Got to pay attention to other people, okay? But for some, dealing with father issues, you know, maybe this could be a children's father or, you know, a husband or energy around that. And this is going to be a situation, Libra, where you might have to deal with them and they being a bit out of control and a bit aggressive, okay? So y'all got a lot to deal with, you know, in different areas this month, okay? But making sure that you don't overdo things, the self-indulgence, any excessive energy, okay? Also, good energy here with enjoying the fruits of your labor and celebrating abundance, feeling satisfaction of a job well done. Okay, guys? Let's get some angel number messages for y'all, Libra. Y'all been dealing with a lot of stuff, a lot of different messages, okay? Angel number, listen, you can't make your messages up, though. You got angel number 1818, willpower. It's about achievements, success, striving forward, prosperity, go-getters you are. You guys got the courage and luck is on the table, like I said. But, you know, significant events are in the cards for you guys. So you will progress in your endeavors and gain new experiences, okay, Libra? The right people and the resources will be put on your path. And an excellent proposal, I said proposals, okay? Or change is coming up ahead for you guys. So you guys are destined for greatness. And it's funny, on the bottom of the deck, and remember I said a risky endeavor. That's the first card y'all got. Here's confirmation, 0303, angel number. It's about taking chances, okay, Libra? Success, knowledge, friendship, impatience, freedom, and optimism, guys, okay? So when chances present themselves, seize them. I can't make y'all messages up. You got to seize the moment and do something out of the ordinary, whether in your professional or personal life. You guys will find success by welcoming creative impulses and having faith in your own abilities, okay? So trust in chance and take risk on opportunities that could change your life for the better. And it's funny, you in your energy, your moon message card was new moon and Libra energy. You guys are setting intentions for balanced relationships and harmonious interactions, which confirms temperance on the table. It's about balance, relationships, and harmony for you guys, okay? I told you the past shows up. So, hey, big head messages, get ready for that, Libra. You know, text me back. You waiting for a reply. The silence feels intentional. The lack of response becomes its own message, okay? And last message for you guys, Libra, stop lying to yourself, okay? Denial blocks your path. Truth clears the fog. This moment demands honesty from you, all right? Peace and love, my beautiful Libras, and I'll see you guys soon in the next one. All right, my beautiful Scorpio collective, sun on the rising. Let's get right on into your astro energy. You know that's what I do first. So Scorpios, listen, with this month closing out, you guys, you know, it's caused you to question your beliefs and philosophies on life, okay? But the good thing about this energy, guys, is that it may allow you to really form new perspectives as you contemplate your place in the world, right? Learning, you know, more at this time, especially about wisdom from the past. You could be quite enlightening for you right now and feel like reawakening a light within. You know, you guys really learning some things, you know, about you, about yourself, about family and home, right? It's different for you all. Also, even though you may don't have all the answers, Scorpio, you know, your convictions are strong. And in the energy as we close out this month, the astrology is asking you guys for the receipts, okay? So June's Astro Weather was challenging everything from your belief systems and emotional assumptions to your communication style and your daily responsibilities, right? Mercury in Cancer, for instance, will clash with Saturn, making travel, publishing, and legal matters more complicated than expected. This is followed by the Sun square to Neptune, creating confusion between hope and denial for some of you guys. Just a bit, right? So your wellness routines and work to-dos are no exception, guys. You know, Venus will also make an opposition to your modern ruler, Pluto. And this is intensifying tensions between your personal life and professional demands. So unless it involves a parent or an authority figure, once the moon peaks today in Capricorn, remember a conversation that you've been avoiding becomes possible to ignore. So you're going to have to get into some things, all right? Now let's talk about this moon. It brings challenges to your daily routines this week, especially at home. But this means becoming more of a leader, Scorpio, at home, which could teach you a lot about doing the same at work, okay? Now, with this Mercury retrograde this week as well, Scorpio, you're empowered to have conversations that have been pending for some time, okay? So you're encouraged to be honest and courageous. The transit has you focusing on building a stronger foundation with those around you, all right? Improving your relationship with siblings or other family members, especially now that Jupiter is in Leo. So the good news, let's talk about that, all right? Jupiter in Leo, just know this next year for you guys, because this is the next year cycle of Jupiter being in Leo, is going to be one of the best professional periods that you guys had in a long time, okay, Scorpio? So Jupiter in Leo is bringing you guys recognition and better opportunities. So don't give up now. Now, tomorrow, Tuesday, you're finally getting the kind of visibility at work that you've been building towards. And if you've been doing good work without getting much credit, well, just know all of that is about to change, all right? So let's get into your cards and your messages for this week, and let's see what's going on with y'all, Scorpios. All right, Scorpios, let's get into it and see what's going on with y'all in the cards this week ahead. Energy around. Thank you, Spirit, my Scorpios. Okay. See what y'all got going on. Scorpio. few messages, guys. Let's get into it. Hey, same position. Okay, so energy around money. All right. Let me say something. Make sure that you guys are staying on top of it this week. And if you've been waiting for some money or any energy around that, you can experience some delays with money too. Okay. You guys too could be dealing with an unstable situation around finances for a while. And now it's time. Things are under review. You guys are making revision, making changes, making sure that you pay attention to greed. All right. That energy right there is, that takes it all the way left. So, keeping things stable in that energy space. Okay. But let me say this. Some of you guys are taking chances, and with taking these chances and taking risk, you've earned a new perspective on things. Okay. Some things have come through, breaking through, an awakening for some of you guys. Remember, take what resonates, leave what is behind. But you guys are gaining new perspective on things, okay, in life. Surrendering to things that you can't control. Remember, this moon is in Capricorn today, so releasing things and letting go of things that no longer serve you, okay? And that's the thing. You guys got a new perspective in regards to how you'll move forward with your goals, long-term goals, and financial long-term goals, okay? You may have been feeling stagnant. Maybe life is taking on for some of you guys. Different things in life bring upon different results. You guys can experience grief on some level or just disappointment, and sometimes it's just about getting into a funk and having energy of being unmotivated, right? But again, the energy of fresh wind is coming in and is pushing you guys forward again, and you getting into action, coming out of this stagnant, stalemate energy, okay? Starting to put in effort, and the effort that you put in, it's worth the risk, okay? You guys could experience delays with family. From some of you guys experience, for some, lack of support from family, okay? But this could be about divorce. This could be canceled events. Remember, it is Mercury Retrograde. So be careful out there too, driving and stuff, guys. But just, be prepared for the delays, okay? And an inheritance energy can leave people divided, okay? So it's something to think about. And let me just say something, guys. Whatever this energy is for some of you guys, a small few, if it has caused a family, divided and cause you a lot of energy, that's interesting that message comes out. You guys will have some things to work in your favor, right? You're going to be hearing about it soon. But this is going to be about releasing burdens, okay? Whatever this situation is, for some of you guys experiencing issues with family, and like I said, this could be court, this could be family, this could be divorce, any type of situation that you are thinking of. And again, for some, small codependency is here, okay? And this is about, fighting through these things, these setbacks, and any issues, that you've had that have been causing you breakdown or a part of a setback for you, right? But the energy switches and you gain momentum, okay? You continue to move forward. And this is about making readjustments. That's what I wanted to see. Again, releasing the things that no longer serve you. And it could be person, place, thing. Scorpio is different for you all, okay? Delegating responsibilities. You guys are prioritizing, getting your priorities straight, getting your life straight, getting things in order. And let me just tell you, this situation has been going on for a while. So with this Mercury retrograde, with family showing up from the past, and whichever way you want to, that it means to you, just know that as this cycle closes out, things work out for you in your favor. 9 of Cups are here, and that's all about emotional and wish fulfillment. Okay, guys? So I love that. You guys will be having, look, a wish coming through in the energy. But it also is about happiness coming when y'all have been going through a storm, right? Going through a storm, and it's different for you all what that storm looks like, okay? Contentment, and you deserve it, all right? Celebrating your achievements and strive for excellence, okay? Harnessing this energy, even in this full moon, to refine your work and improve your life, okay, Scorpios? Ain't that interesting that backs up exactly what, you know, your messages that we even speaking on? So let's get an angel number message. Sorry about that. Scorpio. My beautiful Scorpio. Let's get some energy. You guys got angel number 1515, baby. You got the big break, okay? So it's about innovation, focus, creation, progress, forward movement, skills, and goals, okay? And opportunity, help, extra cash, other support is coming your way, guys. So keep going and have fun when performing your tasks. The most tremendous success comes from passion. All efforts will be rewarded in big time. And I love these messages for you guys as you close out. You got angel number 1001, spiritual awakening. I said that's what you guys, some of you been experiencing. New beginnings, okay? Personal development, prioritizing creativity and heading in the right direction. A new phase in a religion or spiritual quest. You're going through a spiritual awakening, Scorpios, which can feel it could feel like the dark night of the soul, and you on a path to enlightenment. And just know that this too shall pass. And I love infinite zeros, quad zeros, baby, limitless potential. Like I said, you guys are hitting the reset button, relaxation, unknown surrender, the finish line, success, and victory, okay? So it serves as a timely reminder that anything can be accomplished, guys. And if you can dream it, you can do it. There's no reason you can't make it a reality. If something is in the possession of another person, it is also available to you. So try to remain calm. What's meant for you, baby, it will not pass you by. Let go of any tension, Scorpio, and relax, okay? You got energy moon message. With this moon message is new moon in Aquarius. It's about explore innovative ideas and embrace your unique perspective, okay? So innovation, independence, and vision. And like I said, you putting this into your projects, baby, y'all are unmatched. And as we close out messages for you guys, Scorpio, listen to this. You're not obligated, all right? You don't owe anyone your time. You're free to choose differently. Your boundaries deserve respect. And at the bottom, you got silent judging. Your face says what your mouth won't. Silence speaks louder than words. Someone is quietly evaluating the situation, all right? So as we close out, Scorpio, peace and love. And I will see you guys soon in the next one. All right, my beautiful Sagittarius collective, sun, moon, and rising. You know how I do it. Time to get into your astro first before we get into your cards. So Saggies, listen. There's likely to be a lot of focus on large financial matters for you guys right now and even in the weeks ahead, okay? So if something feels a bit off or could be delayed, for instance, if you are in the midst of a settlement, a separation, or a major negotiation, you guys may have to fine-tune the legalities and what each party is giving or receiving. And on a separate note, some of you guys may find a bonus, inheritance, or your assets are in need of extra attention in order to grow, okay? All right, guys. And as you guys continue to push and remember, stop laughing off what actually needs structure. Okay, Saggies? Now, as you closed out June's Astro Weather, it challenges you guys' intimate affairs, your shared assets, and emotional transparency, but not in the way that you'd expect, right? So Mercury now in Cancer and your 8th house of joint ventures and psychological motivations will clash with Saturn. So this could trigger serious conversations around dating, children, or even financial entanglements, guys. Now, Venus will also make an opposition to Pluto retrograde. This will be turning a casual exchange into something more emotionally loaded, especially if ego or persuasion happens to come into play. Now, Mars will slip into Gemini in your 7th house of agreements, commitments, and adversaries, heating up relationship dynamics, okay? So this will be making debates faster and more direct. Now, once the full moon rises in Capricorn, your money, your owo, and your sense of security become top of the mind, demanding practicality and discipline in the energy. Now, let's talk about this full moon in Capricorn today. It's about your finances, guys, and they're about to transform in a major way. Now, there may be a change in your value system this week. And remember, this is Cancer season we in, and this brings to light now that Mercury is in retrograde, like I was saying. And this is focusing on expenses and savings for you guys, okay? Now, Mercury provides the recap, Sagittarius. And the full moon allows you to develop an action plan. Now, if you've been overspending starting this week, you may be more mindful of what you spend your money on. The savings process may have started 6 months ago, and now you'll have enough tools needed to apply to your financial sector in order to bring prosperity and more moving forward, right? So let's talk about good things with this Jupiter Leo energy. Now, even we know life hasn't been easy. Hell, it ain't been easy for us all, but the 30th tomorrow brings you some really amazing news, guys. All right, you deserve it, okay? You love to travel, and Jupiter in Leo does too. And the next year is great for finally taking a trip that you've been talking about forever. Now, even if travel isn't on your mind, you'll still be expanding your horizons, and that could mean going back to school or pursuing something that used to feel to you very ambitious, all right? So let's get into your reading and your cards this week and see what's going on, Sagittarius. All right, Sagittarius, let's get into it and see what messages y'all got for this week ahead. Beautiful Sagittarius collector, sun, moon, and rising. See what the energy for you guys, Sagittarius, this week. Okay, thank you, Spirit. Sagittarius. Thank you, Spirit. All right. Energy for Sagittarius. Okay. Okay. There you go. All right. Let's see what y'all up to. Sagittarius, y'all got some things going on, okay? Different messages for you all. So remember to take what resonates, leave the rest behind, okay? But the sun is here, all right? You're in your essence, you're in your being, okay? But for you guys, you know, it's different for you all. You could have been going through, all types of different cycles, okay? But now, guys, in this energy with even the Astro Weather in alignment, it's about freedom, okay? It's about optimism, this, you know, in the energy as you push forward into this summer season, okay? This is about getting back into you. Some of you guys, time for you to get back into them workout routines, taking better care of yourself, your vitality, right? Getting active, getting back into to motion, the swing of things. And for some of you guys, baby, you are already in motion and radiating energy, okay? The sun is on the table. So for some of you guys, a small few. And let me say this, when you see the Hierophant, this is about institutions. So, you know, a lot of you guys, different messages for you all. Some of you guys get married, some could be getting divorced, walking away. You know, remember this moon is in Capricorn. That's about karmic relationships and energies. So for some of you guys, you're going to be releasing and letting go. And for some of you guys, you're going to be forming a union. You're going to be joining together. And again, this could be about money on the table. Also, inheritance for some of you guys. And for some of you guys, you are the sun. And inheritance is here. And it's going to come and work out in your favor. And this may be a situation that, you know, has been drugged out for a long period of time based on a situation that had to do with what, you know, the inheritance and how about you get it. It's different for you all, okay? Trust issues are on the table. They can come up this week. For some of you guys, if you're in a relationship and y'all are on a pause, or, you know, you've been separated, this is a time where you realize the imbalance, the disconnection, right? And you, again, Mercury retrograde, you could be hearing back from, you know, the past shows up, baby. That's them hey big head messages and all that stuff can come about, okay? Some of you guys will find out that you're pregnant or with child, right? Let me say that. That's also in the messages. You know, studying new things. Good news is on the way. And let me just tell you, like I said, if this is a court cases, it's good news in your favor. Okay, Saggies? Again, you guys are going to be putting in the work and paying attention to the detail. Also setting goals. All right, reassessment, getting grounded. And great prospects are ahead. But laying out a foundation. And again, like I said, for some of y'all, it's joint union coming together. All right? But good news about money, especially if money been delayed, right? Now, some of you guys could be being a little bit dishonest with yourself and maybe with others around you. And some look, in these relationships, you could have been staying for the wrong reasons, okay? Faking happiness for some of you guys, Sagittarius. And this is about freedom, all right? You deserve to be happy. So whatever that means to you guys, the message for some, you know, just know that, you know, freedom is here and positivity is here. All right, truth is also here. And this will also, the sun shines light on the truth of the matters, right? Making sure you're watching your words, pick and choosing your battles wisely, okay? Not letting things get out of control, Saggies. If you're feeling overwhelmed, you know, staying calm in the energy, okay? Whatever it is that's negative, trust me, is not worth it. Now, let's get some moon messages for y'all, okay? All right, guys. Righting the wrongs this week, okay? Got several messages. You embracing your inner warrior. Again, standing on your ground, but still picking your, you know, and choosing your battles wisely, okay? Stand up for what you believe in. Remember, to gain this energy will, in this moon, allows you guys to gain clarity and strength, okay? Also, this is a time for practicality. It backs up your messages. I can't make up the messages. I love this. It's about organization, you guys, getting organized, and attention to detail, okay? This is the energy to focus on your goals and plan for success, okay, guys? And also, can't make it up, reevaluation in the energy. You know, the last quarter moon energy, and these are your moon messages coming out, okay? It's about reevaluation, introspection, and energy of the reevaluation that encourages you guys to take a step back, all right? Assessing your progress, all right? Angel number 2323, endless cycles, Saggy. Charisma, communication, society, movement, journey, repetitive circumstances, and patterns. So there's some truth that you're resistant to accept over and over again until you're tired and restrained beyond depression. It takes a decision to live life for yourself. Life is all about passion. Then you make a change and the world around you follows, okay? Let's get one more angel message for you guys and energy for y'all ahead this week. You got 555s. Changes on the horizon, baby. It's happening. It's the inevitable, whether you like it or not. 555s, yay, oh, shoon. Change, encouragement, support, obstacles, battle, calling, restructuring, and creative work. You're going to level up, babies, and it might not feel good initially, but it will prepare you to handle the greater things in life for your highest good. And that is why you've been looking for. So, and that's what you guys have been looking for. So push through it. There's a reward waiting at the finish line for you, all right, Sagittarius? And you also got energy. Oh, I love that. I ain't never heard that. Rain, moon energy, okay? Moon messages. A time for emotional cleansing and renewal where you release what's pent up emotions and heal from the inside out. Renewal, healing, and emotional cleansing for you guys, okay? And you also got the energy around the thunder moon. And that's another moon message as we close out for you guys, Saggies, is awakening intense energy within, calling for powerful forces that drive transformation, guys, in a bold change, okay? So this awakens the intense energy within, calling for powerful forces that drive transformation and bold change. Power, awakening, and transformation for my Sagittariuses. Get one more message as you know, before we close out for you guys. Listen, bestie tea time, Sagittarius. Your friends know the real story, okay? Information connects behind the scenes. Truth enters through the bestie channel. All right? And just know that also this week, receipts are ready, baby. Evidence is lining up. Messages reveal motives, and truth is undeniable. So the truth comes out. All right, Sagittarius? Peace and love. And I'll see you guys soon in the next one. All right, my Cappies. Let's get into it. You know we're going to get into the Astro first, okay? So Cappies, partnership, guys, has been a significant thing for you, okay? And in the past year, you know, will be certainly, and even in the weeks ahead too, you may find that you and your significant other personally, professionally, or in a collaboration just are not on the same page and are missing out on alignment, right? And the best thing to do now is to try to take a step back, reviewing both of your needs and finding a way to connect on a more equal level, okay? So that's the energy for some of you guys. Now, remember addressing the elephant in the room before it gets worse, Cappies. You know, keeping your composure is not the same as being honest. And as we closing out the month of June, in the Astro, it showed you firsthand, not only challenged your relationship dynamics and personal life, but also your overall sense of control. Now, Mercury in Cancer, you know, as we're pushing forward, also clash with your taskmaster ruler, Saturn, which could trigger difficult conversations with a significant other or a family member, okay, guys? Especially when it comes to your emotional needs, your commitments, and your responsibilities, okay, Cappies? Venus will also make an opposition to Pluto retrograde. And this is intensifying financial pressures or exposing tension around intimacy and power, okay, guys? Now, this is followed by the Mercury retrograde. And you know that's happening today in the energy, bringing old relationship patterns back into focus. So this could be an ex-lover. That's that hey big head energy coming back, right? A friend or long lost relative for some of you guys. It's different for you all. But this moon will reach its peak in your sign, and this will be putting your feelings front and center. Listen to me. This going to be for better or for worse. All right, guys? Now let's talk about this full moon. This is your energy, Cappies. This is your week to upgrade the relationship you have with yourself, since this full moon is occurring in your energy, Capricorn. So Mercury is also retrograde in your partnership sector, which is what we talked about. So this will bring deeper transformation in how you interact with those around you, okay? So Cancer season right now is showing you guys how to be more vulnerable and compassionate. And remember, Jupiter is now in Leo, and this is adding warmth and more optimistic energy, okay? Repairing old dynamics or reconciling with others could also be a manifestation of this transit for you guys. So you can see how the shifts will bring out a kinder and stronger version of you, okay? So let's talk about this good energy around this Leo and Jupiter energy, okay? So like most people, I know you've been feeling stressed out about money, but there's no reason for you to worry. And remember, your stress about money could be different for you all. It doesn't have to be balls to the wall energy, right? But Jupiter in Leo is going to do great things for your finances over the next year. Okay, Capricorn? A business partnership or investment is about to get a lot more favorable for you guys. Now, tomorrow, the 30th of June, is a good day for you guys to take stock of where things actually stand for you guys, okay? So let's get into your messages and your cards and see what's up for you guys the week ahead, all right, Cappies? All right, Cappies, let's see what's going on with y'all with this week ahead. Cards is going out everywhere today, right? Thank you, Spirit. Okay, so what's going on with y'all? Who y'all been getting over on and manipulating? Ooh, my Cappies, what is up? Okay. Let's see what's going on with y'all. It's different for you all, okay? Some of you guys, you know, you be in restriction, okay? It's on hold. Some things are, you know, delayed. And right now, for some of you guys, it's about feeling like your hands are tied in a particular situation. Remember, different messages for you all. Take what resonates, leave the rest behind. But this energy is about restrictions, right? And, you know, for some of you guys, I hate to say it and don't get mad and don't shoot the messenger, but have you been a little bit too self-absorbed, okay? Being a bit manipulative for some of you guys, or experiencing someone in your life, Cappies, that is in this energy, okay? Somebody who play games, you know, very moody energy. And it's also the energy of focusing on your own inner feelings. But some of you guys are dealing with somebody who's emotionally unavailable, or either it's you that's emotionally unavailable, okay? And let me just say that it could be in the energy too, guys, of for some of you guys, it could be a water sign or an air sign, okay? That is who you're dealing with and going back and forth with, okay? Now, on the career sector energy, this is good energy, all right? You guys are feeling inspired this week, you know. And let me just say some good news in it all is that a wish is granted. And the wish could come in all different ways. So hold on to that energy, okay? If you have been apart from someone and y'all have been, you know, on a pause, healing is here. And also renewing things. But this is also, Cappies, about an inner awakening. And for you guys, like I said, inspired action this week, okay? Purpose. Understanding your purpose. Reclaiming faith, okay? And again, I can't, you know, this is a pivotal. Remember, we at the midpoint of the year. So for some of you guys, this is about walking away from whoever this a-hole is, okay? That has caused this energy, this manipulative energy. And a breakdown too, causing you to second guess yourself. For some of you guys, small few, right, Cappies? But you release what doesn't serve you. Remember, Capricorn energy in this moon, this what it's under today, ending those contracts, letting go, releasing, walking away, and regaining your power. Because for some of you guys, you feel like you're and this is for, you know, my female Cappies, all right? Insecure energy, feeling like you've been blocked, all right? Paying attention to your body, guys. You know, getting back into the right routines, better eating habits. It's about getting exercises back in play. And look, checking on you. I'm no medical doctor, but, you know, doing the checkups, making sure that you paying attention to the bones structure, right? Also, just know that within now and within the month of this moon that's, you know, in your sign, you know, a cycle is going to be complete. And when I say this is about illuminated consciousness, this is about whatever you've been putting your energy into, you're going to see this thing is going to come into fruition. All right. So messages, if that's messages for some, if it's secrets for some, but if successful projects, like I said, different for you all. But just know that under this moon that's in your sign, significant change in energy within the 30 days or within the month. It could be today or within that 30 days. Okay, guys? So let's get some moon messages for you, Cappies, in this energy in the week, okay? It's a time of surrender. Again, letting go. It's about release for you guys and, you know, preparing for the next cycle to begin. And that's what I've been saying. So this is just confirmation of your messages. You know, when pulling this card, it says the energy of surrender, and it encourages you to release any resistance and surrender to the universal plan that's in place. Can't make it up, right? So angel number messages on the table for you guys. You guys got angel number 0220. Act on your ideas, okay? You know, realistic and practical approach, all right, Cappies? Divine timing is in place. Ambition, cooperation, and discipline. Remember, Saturn is about discipline, but Saturn brings huge rewards, okay? So as long as you're putting that work in, you have the benefit of good fortune. And if you use your wise judgment, you can do anything in its place. You can reach new heights. You should act on your potential when you see this pattern, since what your plant will grow, you're about to experience a spectacular ascension. I love that for you guys. Angel number 0404, guys. Slow down. It's about balance, power struggle, force. I can't make it up. Violence. What? Hope, authority, ancestors. Restlessness, low vibrations, and warning. Pay close attention to the people in your life and your surroundings, Cappies, and your physical health. I said this. Don't freak out. It's just a warning to be careful and await to avoid any further issues. All right? Communicate clearly and keep healthy boundaries. Another moon message that you guys got in the energy. Set your sights on adventure and embrace opportunities for growth. Remember, exploration, optimism, and growth is on the table. Like I said, you guys will be feeling inspired going forward. Inspired action. Spirituality, too, is coming into play heavily for some of you guys as well, okay? And as we close out, stop lying to yourself, Cappies. Denial blocks your path. The truth clears the fog, and this moment demands honesty from you guys, okay? The shade is real. The shade is real, guys. Subtle comments reveal hidden resentment. Small signals matter. And always remember, the shade never lies. Jealous reactions could be coming to some. Something triggered their insecurities. Jealousy rises quickly. Emotions hit sharper than expected, okay? Mixed emotions are on the table for you guys this week, Cappies. You could feel excited and scared all at once. Your heart can't choose a direction. Both possibilities feel real. As we close out, detach with grace. Can't make it up. Got walking away right here. Backs up the messages. You can leave without anger, and you can withdraw without noise. Your peace stays intact, Cappies. Peace and love, guys. And I'll see you guys soon and in the next one. All right, my beautiful Aquas, my beautiful Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. You know how we do. Time to get into the Astro Weather first and right into your cards. So Aquas, life has been in the fast lane for you guys for quite some time, right? But you may find that suddenly this week is like you slamming on the brakes, okay? Your work-life balance, routines, responsibilities, and employment can seem a bit off. But while this may free up some extra time for you to lie low, lay low, and relax, you could also be quite frustrated as you feel like the progress and productivity that you've been making aren't really proceeding as expected in the energy, right? Now, your body is trying to tell you something, Aquarius, and you are all known for your brilliance and hyperlogical mind. Y'all know that. But your nervous system is screaming right now. And on that note, you know, as we're closing out this month of June, it's challenging your work, your wellness routines, and relationship dynamics. Now, the Mercury and Cancer energy, for instance, will clash with Saturn, which can make your daily responsibilities feel heavier, especially if difficult deadlines and conversations are involved. Now, Venus will also make an opposition to Pluto retrograde in your sign, and this is creating intensity in a partnership, perhaps even exposing power struggles, all right, and unspoken expectations. But the good news is that once Mars enters Gemini, your romantic affairs and personal expression will skyrocket, okay, guys? Last but not least, once the full moon peaks in Capricorn today, your subconscious demands take precedence, as this lunation calls for rest, reflection, and privacy. Okay, guys? Now let's talk about this moon. It's taking the lead. It's the story connected with this full moon transit. It's you guys are encouraged to speak up and use your voice for change. People are more willing to listen to what you got to say. And with Jupiter and Leo making an opposition to your sign, your confidence level rises, okay, Aquas? And this all makes it easier for you guys to take on the role of a mentor for those who need it. It's going to be a moment for you guys to appreciate the one-on-one dynamic that you have with others. Remember that. Now, Jupiter makes it easier for you guys to be more relatable and patient, okay, Aquas? And after this week, you'll have a better understanding of those that you care a lot and most about, okay? So let's talk about good news with Leo and the Jupiter energy. You guys are in a great headspace for connecting with people on the 30th, Tuesday. Now, that's tomorrow. Whether you single or in a relationship, Aquas, Jupiter and Leo makes this a great time for your love life. So go on dates, put yourself out there, okay? Leo's influence makes you flirty and more charming than ever, okay, guys? And if you already with somebody, just know the next 12 months have a real potential to take things to a more serious level. Remember that Capricorn moon, Capricorn does rule contracts and marriages, all right? So let's get into your cards and see what's up, Aquas. All right, my beautiful Aquarius collector, sun, moon, and rising. The energy in this week ahead for you guys. Aquarius collective, sun. Thank you, Spirit. Moon, rising. What's the energy around for you guys this week? What they got going on, Spirit? Aquarius. Okay. Collect the sun, moon, and rising. Thank you, Spirit. Aquarius. Okay, y'all kind of wanted to pop out. That's funny. Let's get one more message for you. Aquarius, collect the Spirit, sun, moon, and there you go. Let's see what's up. Is 3 a crowd or it's not? Okay, you got your energy. You guys are rocking and rolling in the week. 3 of Cups. Remember, 3 in some cases are a crowd, but in your energy, Aqua, it's time to celebrate. You guys will be celebrating this week. You know, friendships, family, social gatherings. It's about good times, reunions. You know, enjoying some parties. You guys are going to be invited to some, okay? Collaborative efforts are very positive for you guys, especially in your artistic pursuits, okay? This is beautiful. And again, this is the past. And remember, Mercury retrograde is all about the past. So love could be showing up from the past, guys. But this is about memories of the past and, you know, sharing and spending time with family and nostalgic energy. You guys can really be, you know, memories can really return for you guys. And even, like I said, family that you ain't seen in a minute. You know, all that, friends, business, colleagues, all of this stuff can come back up for you guys this week. It's a whole theme, okay? Also, it's about you guys, you know, reassessing your plans, you know, switching up the strategy going forward, okay? You guys will be making adjustments this week. You guys will be setting goals. And you guys are already, you know, for those that are in your purpose, like I said, it's about hitting, you know, the reset button, making the readjustments. But for those that are moving forward, you are defining your purpose. Remember, we had a pivotal point of the year, the summer solstice halfway mark. So you guys are making pivotal changes. And when I tell you, you know, it's going to really define your purpose moving forward, preparing for change. You know, even within the next few months, y'all are going to see huge changes in your lives. So you're making long-term plans. Again, these relationships could be taking it to the next level for some of you guys, okay? Or, you know, even if the next level for you doesn't necessarily have to be marriage, but it's still a next level of a relationship where you become closer, right? Harvest for you guys is in the fall for places that you've been putting work in. Remember that, okay? But even within the next few months, just know that even you will be a different person. And even at this time, if you are experiencing some delays and, a little few setbacks or stalls, it's okay. Remember, it's Mercury retrograde. So prepare for that. Prepare for any of these delays, okay? Driving slowly, making sure that you drive safe. And you also got to drive safe during the retrograde because other people can kind of be out of place and out of hand, right? But in the energy with your moon messages, it's about allowing yourself to ebb and flow with the emotional currents, even under this full moon energy, right? And it's funny because, this backs up your messages. This is a full moon in Cancer card. Remember, we in Cancer season, okay? So this is about setting boundaries, Aquas, and protecting your emotional well-being, okay? And another moon message you got is, a pioneer's ignition. It's a time to start something new with confidence and boldness, harnessing the fiery energy of Aries, Mars energy. You guys, like I said, will be taking action after you hit the reassessment, making adjustments, or setting goals in place and defining your purpose, okay? You got angel number 999, release, balance, finances, success, wealth, cycle. I'm sorry about that. What goes around comes around, okay? Your current circumstances are ending, so you might take advantage of better ones, okay, Aquas? If you are experiencing a significant change or conclusion, viewing your life as a, series of cycles or chapters may be helpful. And how can you make room for something new to emerge, okay? So ask yourselves that, all right? Also, angel number 1122, great shift, personal growth, okay? Spiritual development is on the table. And manifesting goals, oneness, connection, and completion. First, focus on the positive changes occurring due to your efforts, okay? Then expand your horizons and permit yourself to try something new, all right, Aquas? So many positive shifts are in store for you. The world around you is changing in your favor of your intentions, okay? And you guys are coming into alignment. I love that. And this is all about relationships and coming closer. So that's a strong message for some of you guys. Triple twos, alignment, connections, friendships, romantic relationships, family ties, balance, life choices, compromise, and commitment and trust. I can't make your messages up. How do you move forward towards your life's true calling, guys? Do what makes you happy. Your enthusiasm is what keeps you going. Follow your interest if it's piqued by something, and following these routes will help you discover your life's purpose. Okay, guys? Take advice, and take decisive action. Okay, and face challenges head on with determination and courage. Okay, it's about determination this month, challenges, and taking action. All right, a time of steady growth and momentum is present, where belief and action build the strength necessary to achieve your goals. Okay, so it's about growth, it's about building, building beliefs and progress, forward motion. Choose yourself as we close out. Choosing you isn't selfish. Your needs matter, all right, Aquas? They matter to you, and your life shifts when you prioritize yourself, okay? Listen, remember this. You are not obligated, guys. You don't owe anyone your time. You're free to choose differently, and your boundaries deserve respect, okay? Peace and love, Aquas, and I'll see you guys soon in the next one. Beautiful Pisces Collective, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Guys, listen, we get into the Astro first before we get down to business and get into your cards. So Pisces, you guys, in this Astro Weather this week, listen, you tend to be quite passionate, but as you pursue your heart's desires with a dreamy sense of hope, yet you may feel like your love life and passions are confusing you now. And in the weeks ahead, as if you're, staring into a magic mirror and you're not sure what is truth or lies. Some of you may find extra miscommunication when it comes to romantic affairs, but others of you may be thinking of or reconnecting with an old flame from the past, okay? So, your heart's desires, they actually speak for themselves. And Remember, with June closing out, for better or for worse, the Astro Weather actually challenged your love life for some of you guys, and creative expression and emotional boundaries. You know, Mercury in Cancer, for instance, will clash with Saturn, which can trigger a serious conversation around dating, children, or passion projects of the sorts. All right, Pisces. Now, this is followed by Venus opposition to Pluto retrograde, and that's exposing hidden tensions at work or within relationship dynamics. Now, your co-workers are no exception, okay? Now, the sun will also square your modern ruler, Neptune, which can make it difficult to discern between desire and current circumstances, especially when it comes to money, that OWO, and validation, okay? So once the moon peaks in Capricorn, a friendship or group dynamic, it shows you exactly where you stand. So get clear on what you need for your own peace of mind and your own personal fulfillment. Okay, guys? Now, let's talk about this full moon today. While you guys may be more open to meeting new people, Pisces, the full moon in Capricorn makes you a lot more selective about who you let into your world. Prioritizing rest is also necessary for you guys this week, okay? Taking time alone to ponder new things that can assure your success in the long run, okay, guys? It could be a beneficial period for reviewing old projects, starting new initiatives, or taking on a new course should wait until Mercury retrograde is over, unless you've already had these things in place already, okay? But you will be a lot more thrilled to learn new things with that Mercury retrograde aspect in your sign, okay? So let's talk about Leo, this good energy. It's time for you guys to ditch those bad habits, Pisces. Your routines and health habits are going to get a real upgrade on Tuesday, okay? So, you know, tomorrow, if you've been wanting to work out consistently or start eating better, this is the perfect time to do so. Jupiter in Leo brings the energy that actually make those things stick instead of lasting only a few weeks at a time, okay? So that's good news for you guys under that energy as well. Sorry about it. Let's get into your messages and we'll get right into it and see what's up for y'all this week, okay? Sorry about that. All right, my beautiful Pisces, let's get into it, baby. Messages for you guys this week. Okay, beautiful Pisces collective, sun, moon, and rising. The energy for y'all, Pisces. What y'all got going on, boo? Let's see. Some energy for my beautiful Pisces. Oh, okay, let me see. Hold on, I'm going to take that one because that's what fell. All right, and we'll keep it this way. Okay. All right, let's do it. Extra messages. Let's go ahead and see. All right, news, Pisces. News. Something that you guys have put into place, like it's different for you all, but whatever this situation is, opportunity, chance, I don't know, but you're gonna hear good news about it coming up this weekend. This week, communication in regards to it. If it could be educational courses, if it was something that you was, jobs is here. Future planning is on the table. You guys are charting a course. Opportunities are coming in, and you're going to hear messages of opportunities, okay? So get ready, guys. I love this. Visualization, vision boards. You guys, discovery is possible too. Finding out some things. And again, like I said, switching up the strategy. You guys got a lot of possibilities on the table, okay? Making sure that you pay attention to the illusions, all right? The illusions and the confusion. This could be present this week, all right? Looking through those rose-tinted glasses, all right, Pisces? So any energy around, that wishfulness, that overly energy, make sure that you're paying attention to that, okay? No overindulgence. All right, for some of you guys, it's the energy around, you could be dating an earth sign. Energy could be, Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus. And it could be a manipulative energy that you're dealing with. and you charting the course of change. Maybe there's something you, for some, a small group, about to release this energy, okay? For some of you guys, it's about making sure that you are not overindulging, okay? This is about home this week, finding balance. If you've been having imbalance, you know, turning more within, focusing more on yourselves, you know, releasing any shallow energy or, you know, manipulative energy, okay? But again, tending to yourself and kind of taking down the energy of, you know, making sure that you're not weak. All right, Pisces, not allowing somebody to get over is what I always got to keep it real with y'all, okay? So paying attention to that energy as well this week, okay? So many possibilities, you know, choices to choose from, but pay attention to the illusion and the games, okay? And don't let your imagination run wild and get the best of you too. For some of y'all, that was a message, okay? This is about embracing your inner warrior and standing up for what you believe in. You know, setting your sights high and aiming for the stars. Manifesting your dreams and goals. Illumination gains clarity and strengthens its energy, okay? You got full moon completion and we under a full moon. So this is a timing that's significant for you guys. So pay attention between under what you form and what you are setting your intentions on and releasing and letting go. And course correct in between now and the next few weeks, this next 30 days, within now and the next 6 months of this cycle, okay? So again, making sure that you celebrate yourself and your accomplishments, okay? Appreciate the hard work that you put in. Also, connecting with your inner mystic, your spiritual self, right? Deep into your subconscious energy. And another thing, when you dive deeper into yourself, it's going to shed light on hidden aspects of your life, okay? Secrets emerge. Remember that. I said news will be coming out. So look for that, okay? Also, you know, energy around limiting belief patterns. You're going to be, you know, releasing that energy and stepping into, like I said, you guys, opportunity, discovery. Get ready, future planning, considering your options, and making decisions with many possibilities on the table. Fresh beginnings are here, new beginnings that encourage you guys to set new intentions and manifesting your deepest desires. Change in a major way, but I love it because this angel number is what? Quad fives. Clarity. Clarity comes in, Pisces. I love that for you guys. So great transformation energy, major changes, opportunity, fast pace forward, okay? Process. Like I said, you guys are moving. This is clarity of your messages. With this 8 of Wands, it's about forward movement and swift progress, okay? So remember, you aren't a victim of your circumstances. Rather, you are the beneficiary of it. And if that weren't the case, life would be pretty dull. So you will set yourself up for success in the long run if you are willing to adapt to this shift. Everything is working out for your best, okay, Pisces? At long last, you guys are accomplishing what you set out to do. Everything will work out perfectly for you guys. In the end, clarity is present, okay? And angel number 0330, lucky shirt. Love, peace, hope, optimism, transferring responsibility to others, progress, and creativity, guys. Pursue your goals and get what you want, Pisces. It will provide wonderful benefits for you and the people you hold dear to you. Your ability to communicate is improving at this time, which will make it easier for you to interact with a broad spectrum of individuals, okay? Moon message that you guys got is, we closing out. Honor the fruits of your labor, Pisces. Savoring life's simple pleasures and grounding yourself in gratitude, okay? Fulfillment, gratitude, and sensuality is present, okay? A few last messages for you guys. Look, Pisces, you can say less. Silence gives you power, baby. Not every reaction is needed. Your calm speaks loud enough, okay? You guys got, paying attention to these last cards, okay? This is what I feel. Too many opinions. Everyone has commentary. Not every voice deserves space. Silence gives clarity. You guys, for some, can have mixed emotions for things. You could feel excited and scared at once. Your heart can't choose a direction. Both possibilities feel real, okay? Jealous reaction. Watching out for that possessive energy, okay? Something triggered their insecurity. Jealousy rises quickly. Emotions hit sharper than expected. Watch out in that energy, all right, Pisces? The shade is real, baby. Subtle comments reveal hidden resentment. Small signals matter, and the shade never lies, all right? So, Pisces, take what resonates. Remember to leave the rest behind. Peace and love, guys. Y'all have a productive week this week. And I will see you guys soon and in the next one. Be productive in the week ahead, guys. And I just wanted to let y'all know this was all of you guys reading in the energy for this week. I'm going to make sure I put the timestamps in there. Yes, we're going to get down to business. We got to touch on the hot topic. So after dinner, should have this up in evening by the time y'all see this coming out for this week for you guys. And of course, I guess DDG and India Love, they'll be up. And now also, we got to get into the, the current hot topics and stuff like that. So I'll add that in there as well. Okay, guys? So tomorrow we get into July. So be looking out for them messages too. What to expect for July for you guys. I'm on it. Wanted to just, motivate you guys this week. And I will see you guys very, very shortly. Peace and love. Thanks for watching The Common Corner Show. Peace and love, soul family. And I'll see you guys in the next one.